All right, and it looks like we are live. Here we go. All right, everyone, welcome back to my channel, Baseball Talk with Nick Morgan. The second game of a three-game set between the New York Yankees and reigning World Series champions, Washington Nationals, is just minutes away. Now, 2 days ago, both of these teams played the first game of the shortened 2020 Major League Baseball season, but much like this past year, it has been nothing close to normal. Rules have changed, new safety precautions have been implemented, and teams will only play 60 games in less than 70 days. And for both the New York Yankees and Washington Nationals, that opening day was one to remember. Now, a rain delay that started a little after 5 innings of play would persist to the point where game one would be called due to the rain early. Because of a dominant first appearance in Pinstripes uniform, Garrett Cole pitched 5 innings, surrendering 1 run on 1 hit, walking a single batter and striking out 5. On the flip side of things, a healthy Giancarlo Stanton drove in 3 RBIs on 2 hits, with one being the first home run of the season. The Yankees held on to the opening day game and beat the Nationals, with the final score being 4-1. And tonight, the Nats try to even their record out and 1 win and 1 loss on the season, with right-handed pitcher Eric Fetty starting on the mound, and the New York Yankees starter will be southpaw James Paxton. Here we go, guys. We are just minutes away. Hello to everyone that is currently watching and in the comments. I'm excited. We have another Yankees game here in the books. It's crazy after today. We are 2 games into the season for the New York Yankees, which means 1/30th of the way done. I don't even want to think about it yet because baseball just started, but am I excited. So let's take a look really quick at the Nationals. Now, they were supposed to have Steven Strasburg on the mound tonight starting for them, but he had a nerve issue with his right wrist, so he was scratched from the game. He is currently on a day-to-day status, and that is why Eric Fetty is pitching for the Nationals tonight. Now, in 21 games last season, he started 12 of them with a 4-2 record, a 4.5 ERA, and 78 innings with 41 strikeouts and a 1.46 whip. In 35 career games, again, only 26 of them being starts. Fetty is 6-7 with a 5.39 ERA and 143.2 innings with 102 strikeouts and a 1.56 whip. Now, let's take a look back to opening day just 2 nights ago for Max Scherzer's awesome performance on the mound. On opening day, he pitched in that game. He ended up losing, so his record is now 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA, 5.1 innings pitched, 11 strikeouts, and a 1.88 whip. He looked very dominant, but the Yankees got to him early, and that was the problem. They scored a few runs. They ended up scoring 4, and that would later be the deciding factor. Giancarlo Stanton with a big 2-run home run in the first inning, which was super exciting. So the Yankees now tonight look to go ahead and get their second win of the season, and DJ LeMahieu is back. He was, if you don't know, he tested positive for coronavirus a few weeks back. He took those 2 weeks of designated time in isolation and quarantine to himself and did not get as much playing time in the exhibition games as I think Aaron Boone would have liked. So he did sit out opening day just to get a little more warm-ups in. And Rescue will be batting leadoff and playing second base for the New York Yankees. Batting behind him is right fielder Aaron Judge and Gleyber Torres, the 23-year-old shortstop, batting third. Giancarlo Stanton, the designated hitter tonight for New York, will bat cleanup. And you have Aaron Hicks, switch hitting center fielder, batting fifth. In the sixth spot, first baseman Luke Voigt, Gary Sanchez behind the dish and catching, obviously. Batting seventh, Gio Urshela playing third base over at the hot corner, hitting eighth, and Brett Gardner going to round out the lineup tonight for the New York Yankees, batting ninth, starting out in left field. Now, again, this is DJ's 2020 debut, and after the season, he will become a free agent. So this looks like a really fun lineup. I mean, the Nats lineup is very similar to the other night, except we do have Carter Kieboom making his 2020 debut as well, much like DJ LeMahieu. So another guy that is affected by coronavirus here on the flip side of things for the Washington Nationals is outfielder Juan Soto. He was scratched on opening day. He was testing positive that morning, or that's when they got the results back saying that Soto does indeed have COVID-19. He feels good. He doesn't have many symptoms, and he is just waiting to get back in the game here for the Nationals. So he does have that 2-week isolation period. He is going to miss about 10 games at least. And right now, it looks like they are trying to figure out who is going to be that left fielder. On opening day, it was Andrew Stevenson out there and left. Today, Michael A. Taylor will be taking over in left field and batting ninth for the Washington Nationals. The question is, what do you think on the Yankees cheating scandal? I don't think it's a scandal. I think at the end of the day, we don't have all the information. We don't know what that letter says that they received. There's just not a whole lot of information yet. The Astros was a cheating scandal. The Red Sox was not a cheating scandal, but they did cheat. They took advantage of the laws. I think scandal is really like a big word here. And for the Yankees and the Red Sox, I don't think that's necessarily what that was. The Astros deliberately going ahead, and they took it to some extremes to cheat and win extra games. So I do believe that's a scandal. We all know that's the case. But it looks like Eric Fetty is ready to go, and DJ LeMahieu is getting ready to step into the batter's box for the first time in 2020. Now, last season, he had 602 at-bats in his first year with the New York Yankees, with 26 home runs, 102 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. He had 327 and had an 893 on-base plus slugging, and the first pitch to DJ is called strike one. So, again, Eric Fetty is on the mound tonight for the Washington Nationals after Steven Strasburg gets scratched because of nerve problems in his right wrist. So here we are, DJ LeMahieu batting right now, and on deck is Aaron Judge. This game is underway, guys, and I'm excited. Yankees baseball is back. Again, this is game 2 of the series. Game 3 is tomorrow afternoon. I believe it's a 1:15 start, and it is going to be the Yankees at Washington yet again. The delivery from Fetty, and it's put in play by DJ LeMahieu over to the right side. Howie Kendrick, the first baseman, going to move to his right, and the pitcher, Eric Fetty, cannot get there in time. So it looks like it's going to be an infield single for DJ LeMahieu. We're going to have to run that one back here. I'm sure they're going to show a replay. But Howie Kendrick over there for the Washington Nationals is the first baseman. He moved over to the right to get to the ball, and Fetty could not get to the base in time. He did, but once he caught the ball, he could not step on the base. So here's the replay. He misses the bag, then almost steps on DJ LeMahieu's foot. So it looks like LeMahieu is going to be safe. We'll see if this gets reviewed and maybe overturned. No, he is safe. Very close play with the first base umpire. Made the right call there. So DJ LeMahieu, second pitch he sees in the season, is going to have a single to lead it off for this game. Now here is Aaron Judge fouling that one back. 93-mile-per-hour pitch. 0-1. Judge, 2 nights ago, had 3 at-bats. He had 1 RBI, hitting .667 and a 1.667 OPS. Here we go. He had a single to lead it off in the top of the first inning Thursday night. That was the first hit of the season this year. Now the 0-1 from Fetty. I think I'm saying his name right. That's going to be down and away for ball 1. On deck is Gleyber Torres, who was unsuccessful Thursday night in getting a hit. A lot of New York Yankees looking for their first hit of the seasons tonight. Aaron Judge not being one of them, but he is looking for his first home run. Teammate Giancarlo Stanton is the only New York Yankee to currently have a dinger on the year. I'm expecting something big from someone tonight. At least I hope so. And that one's going to miss just low. So 2-1 count to Aaron Judge. DJ LeMahieu standing on first. And again, Gleyber on deck, Stanton in the hole. The 2-1. Gonna miss down again. Fetty going to that same spot multiple times early to start this at bat. And that looks like a pitch just a down, not getting the call. He's missing the spot just a bit here. So the count's gonna be 3-1 to Aaron Judge, the New York Yankees right fielder. Number 99. Swings and a miss at a nice off-speed pitch right down the middle of the zone. That's like a get-me-over pitch here. 3-1. Fetty's trying to get back into this count, and that's exactly what he does. It's now going to be full to the right fielder. And DJ LeMahieu, currently standing on first base, is going to be a free agent after this year. We will see if the Yankees bring him back or not. Last year, he did phenomenal for us. Again, as I said, hit .327 with over 600 at bats. Aaron Judge is going to go down, swing and a miss, strike three, and Eric's going to get his first out of the night. So now stepping in is 23-year-old shortstop Gleyber Torres. I believe he posted 4 years ago. He got traded from the Chicago Cubs over to the New York Yankees. And he is going to be stepping in here now to see if he can advance DJ or get a hit or run himself. Big swing and a miss yet again. So Eric, this time going to find himself ahead of the count to start the batter. Gleyber Torres last season in 144 games hit 278 with 38 home runs and 90 RBIs. Some very nice numbers. Now, 13, I believe, of those home runs came against the Baltimore Orioles. He did phenomenal against them, and I cannot wait to see that matchup again this year. That's poked out to second baseman Starlin Castro, and he cannot make the play. He's going to bobble it. DJ will advance to second. Gleyber will make it to first, so I don't know if that's going to be ruled an infield hit or an error on second baseman and former New York Yankee Starlin Castro. But let's take a look here again. It's hit one hops to Starlin Castro, and it just hits off his chest. He can't quite get it into the glove and make the play. Very hard very hard hit to field there. And it is going to now be first and second for Giancarlo Stanton, who first inning of last game went yard, put up 2 runs very quickly for the New York Yankees. And again, that is the first and only home run currently on the season. In 18 games last year, he hit 288 with 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. His first pitch to G is going to be a called strike. He got runners on first and second with 1 away here. And Stanton is the designated hitter tonight. That's going to be a ball down, 1-1 count. On deck is Aaron Hicks, who was the leadoff man in Thursday night's game. He did go over in 3 at-bats, switch hitting center fielder. He is healthy. He got that big contract extension, I believe, right before the 2019 season, and he's ready to go. So Eric keeps going to that fastball and changeup down, and he is not getting the call. He's not really reaching the zone as much as he should be now, so he's missed consecutively on numerous occasions to different batters. And Stanton is going to be ahead of the count 2-1. So Gleyber Torres did get to first on an error, so that is an E4. Stanton down to third baseman as Jubal Cabrera. It's going to be a 5-4-3 double play, and that will end it for the inning. So Eric Fetty gets out of it there. I'm going to go over the official scoring on these plays right now. So 1 hit and no runs for the New York Yankees. Now, DJ LeMahieu, that tough play to lead off the game, it was a single, but then an error was ruled on Eric Fetty. He could not get to the base on time. He didn't step on the base to record the out. So it was a single and then error on the Nationals pitcher. And then Gleyber Torres hit it to Starlin Castro on a 1-hopper. Castro could not make the play. He bobbled it. That's going to be an error there. So 2 errors for the Washington Nationals defense very early on, but then Stanton grounds out into a double play. And Aaron Judge, of course, strikes out as the second batter of the game. So Eric gets out of it there, gives up 1 hit and no runs. Let's flip it over now to the Washington Nationals starting lineup. Batting leadoff is shortstop Trey Turner. Second hitting in the lineup tonight is Adam Eaton. He had that solo home run against Garrett Cole on Thursday night. He was the run and only hit and run for the Washington Nationals the other day. Batting third is former New York Yankee who made the error in the field before, Starlin Castro. He's playing second base. Howie Kendrick, instead of in the DH spot tonight, will be playing first base as your cleanup batter for the Washington Nationals as Jubal Cabrera, the switch hitting third baseman, batting fifth. Kurt Suzuki is behind the dish, hitting 6th tonight for the Nationals. Carter Kieboom making his 2020 debut as a designated hitter, batting 7th. Victor Robles out in center field, patrolling the outfield, batting 8th. And Michael A. Taylor making his 2020 debut as well, batting 9th in left field. So again, Garrett Cole pitched Thursday night, opening day for the New York Yankees. He now has a 1.8 ERA. He threw 5 innings with 5 strikeouts and a .4 whip. The only hit he gave up was to Adam Eaton, and it was a solo home run. As we talk about Thursday night, I was streaming and the power went out. So we had a huge storm here in the tri-state area that ended up moving down to Washington, D.C., where the Yankees and Nationals were playing. And that is where they got the rain delay. I lost power for about 5 hours Thursday evening, and I was watching the Yankees game on my phone on ESPN. And that also got rained out. It was a very quick game, but Garrett Cole, a complete game in his opening day New York Yankees debut. James Paxton is on the mound tonight for New York. He pitched in 29 games last season with a 15-6 record. He had a 3.82 ERA in 150 and two-thirds innings with 186 strikeouts and a 1.28 WHIP. In 131 career games, he has 156, lost 32 with a 3.5 ERA in 733 innings. He has 803 strikeouts and a 1.2 WHIP to his name. So here we go. Paxton looking good here, getting ready to go. Trey Turner is in the box. First pitch from the New York Yankees southpaw, swing and miss, strike one to the Washington Nationals shortstop. So Trey Turner, Adam Eaton, and Starlin Castro are all due up to hits. Last year, Turner hit 298 with 19 home runs and just under 60 RBIs. Very nice curveball in there for James Paxton on the outside corner of the plate. That's going to be called strike two, and Turner finds himself down early, 0-2 to James Paxton. The put-away pitch fouled off, and Trey Turner lets go of his bat. It goes flying out to the Yankees dugout, and it looks like Mike Ford is going to get a hold of it and hand it off to the bat boy. So Trey Turner, big foul ball, lets go of the bat, and the count's going to remain 0-2. So Colton says, what do you think about the extra innings rule? So I like it in a sense where strategy is now involved a little bit more in these extra innings. I don't love that it's intended to speed up the game, but I get because it's a shortened season, we can't have players go 14 innings and then play the next day or play the next 2 or 3 days without a rest. And that also has problems with the bullpen and just with guys. They get tired, they get drained. So of course they want to speed up the game. I don't mind it again because there is that strategy effect towards it, but it does kind of speed things up. Of course, that is what it's intended to do. I'll continue the thought in just one moment. Trey Turner, big swing and a miss for a strikeout. That is the first out for James Paxton here. One retired. Adam Eaton coming up now. And in 2 at-bats, he has 1 home run and 1 RBI, a 2.500 OPS, and a 500 average in this season so far. So continuing on here with my point about the extra innings rule. If you guys don't know, a runner starts on second base. It's the last out or a pinch runner. And the strategy is cool. It speeds up the game. I have mentioned this a couple times, but I do like, especially now with the universal DH, the chance of bunts now coming big into play. Yesterday actually was the first game we saw with extra innings and this new rule. The Angels and the Athletics were playing. They went into the 10th inning tied at 3 runs apiece. The Angels did not score. The Athletics came around, got a runner on second. The bases were loaded, and first baseman Matt Olson hit a walk-off grand slam. I was watching the game live. That was a really cool and fun moment for Olson. Right now, James Paxton is ahead in the count 1-2 to Adam Eaton, the right fielder for the Curly W's. On deck is Starlin Castro, and in the hole is first baseman Howie Kendrick. 7 pitches for Paxton so far. He has looked pretty good, but it is always early. Off speed again. Eaton going to put this one into play, but right to outfielder Brett Gardner, who camps underneath it and makes the play easily. So there's going to be 2 outs now. A fly out to left fielder Brett Gardner will make it 2 away. James Paxton now has to face Starlin Castro. Has had a very quick and efficient inning so far. We, of course, don't have a very quick delivery, and I would love to see Paxton do really well because last year he did have surgery. He came back. He was pretty good for a portion of the year. And right now, if he can have a good season, I think that makes him a lot more valuable come the offseason if we do deal him at some point. And here's Starlin Castro. He did not miss a single game last year, played in all 162 games of the season. He's going to foul that one back. The count is now 0-1. Castro is a former Cub and a New York Yankee. Now with the Washington Nationals. Put into play to right center field. Aaron Judge running back at the wall. Jumps and cannot come up with the play. Cashel rounds first, going to second. He's on his way to third, and he will be in there. So it is a 2-out triple for second baseman Starlin Cashel. That was a really nice play by Aaron Judge out there in right field, or a good attempt at least. He was at the wall, jumps up, and just cannot come up with the ball. We got to hope he's healthy. We all know that his rib injury came from the playoffs. Last year, he made spectacular plays. He's a very good defensive right fielder. Overall, I think he's a great outfielder in the game. Definitely at least a top 10. I'd say probably top 5 as well. Just comes up shy of making the catch. So 2 outs, runner on third for Howie Kendrick, who is the designated hitter. Sorry, who is the first baseman tonight. And Carter Kieboom is your designated hitter. He is batting 7th. Kendrick, first pitch is going to be outside. 1-0, runner on third. In my opinion, starting the runner on first is reasonable. Yeah, the only problem with starting the runner on first, though, is the double play. Major leaguers, there are a lot of double plays involved in games. We saw one already in the top of the first inning. Giancarlo Stanton hit into one. And if you put a runner on first, then you would have to try to avoid that. And I think if you hit into a double play, that just quickens up the game even more. And they want to kind of it slows the game down more because, less chances of a run scoring, right? So if it's tied, it's not going to get a winner, early on if there's a runner on first and double plays hit into. So, a runner in scoring position, it is at second. It's not the worst, but it's not the best that has happened to Major League Baseball. It's definitely interesting to see if this does get implemented into future seasons or if this is just for the 60-game season that we are currently witnessing here. Wild Food says, good to see you live, Nick. Thank you. Good to be back. Excited. Major League Baseball is here. The 1-2 count to Howie Kendrick. He's going to foul that one off, and James Paxton looking to go ahead and see if he can retire tonight's first baseman for the Washington Nationals and get out of the inning without allowing a run. On deck, this is Jubal Cabrera. Howie Kendrick so far this season in one game is 0 for 2 with a 0.00 average and a 0.00 OPS. Looking to get his first hit and RBI of the game in this at-bat against the Yankees southpaw. Put into play out to center field, and Aaron Hicks is going to catch it on the line. So it's a line out to center, and James Paxton will indeed get out of the inning unscathed. So no runs on one hit for the Washington Nationals. And here we are. We're going to head into the top of the second inning, where Aaron Hicks, Luke Voigt, and Gary Sanchez are all due up. We head into things here, and Aaron Hicks is 0 for 3 from last game with a 0 average and a 0 OPS, no home runs, no RBIs, obviously, of course. To match those numbers, looking for his first hit of 2020 as we approach this next at-bat. Here we go. The Yankees, if they do win tonight, will be the only team undefeated in the American League East through at least 2 games. The Blue Jays and Rays both won 1 game each against each other, and so did the Orioles and the Red Sox. The Orioles won tonight. Bryson says, hello, Nick. I'm watching the Yankees-Nats game on Fox 5. Well, so am I. Thank you for joining in on the stream here. I'm excited. Yankees baseball is back. Major League Baseball is back. I'm repping my Aaron Judge jersey. I have my Yankees hat right here next to me with my Derek Jeter emblem on it. I'm super excited. This has been long in the making, and I feel like I'm going to probably say this very often, but this year it is a sprint, not a marathon to the finish line. We're going to have some teams that really surprise us. Like, we're going to have teams that come out here and do very, very well early on. The Blue Jays can be one of them. Just for example here, Chicago White Sox, if they can get off to a hot start and the Twins, for whatever reason, can't win games, that might be big for Chicago and open up a door for them to maybe win the division. These 60 games are going to be more important. It's going to feel like playoff atmosphere. Every single game, every pitch, every out, every inning means just as much as another. And especially when you're playing a division rival. Take the Yankees and Rays, for example, here in only 60 games. Of course, we know that if the Yankees win against the Rays get a loss and vice versa. If it's tight for first in the division and the Yankees and Rays are going back and forth, whoever wins is also going to get the other team back a place in the division. That is huge. So essentially, division games are worth 2 wins, essentially, if you win, because you not only get the win and advance your record, but the team is behind you in your same division get worse with their record. Aaron Hicks is going to step into the plate here. I don't know what he's doing. It looks like he showed bunt very quickly, but he takes strike one down the middle. Colton says, what do you think about the roster change rule? So, if you guys don't know, Major League Baseball expanded the rosters for, I believe, the first 19 games. Every team has a 30-man roster, and then as we progress into the season, that gets lower and less players are allowed active at a time. I think this is great because you're going to have players who test positive for COVID. You're going to have players who unfortunately do get hurt in this shortened 60-game season. And you need to have backups. You need to have guys who are ready to go. For the New York Yankees, that gives them a chance, just as an example, to bring up like potential major league ready guys like Clark Schmidt, to give them a chance, have them on the roster. You just have a lot of options. And the New York Yankees, again, as an example here, they do like to go ahead and carry a lot of pitchers. This gives them a potential expanded bench. They have more bats to choose from. We have a very deep depth chart, lots of outfielders, lots of talent, lots of potential with guys. So it does help. I think the teams definitely benefit. The players also benefit. And there's nothing that harms anything here. I do like this roster change rule. It will get back down to the regular 26-man roster. And other than that, I mean, just really cool. None of these rules are crazy big. The main one here really being runner starts on second base in extra innings for both teams. Will there be an All-Star game in the 2020 season? No, there will not. So, Bryson, that's a good question. The Home Run Derby and All-Star game were both canceled for 2020 as Aaron Hicks goes down swinging on strikes. And that'll bring up first baseman Luke Voigt, who's also looking for his first hit of the season. So the All-Star game and Home Run Derby are both canceled for the year. I believe the Dodgers are supposed to host this season's Home Run Derby and All-Star game, and I believe that carries over to 2021 or 2022. It might be 2022 when they do host. But, there's just going to be the regular 60-game season this year. Regular season straight into now the extended playoffs, which I will have a video on very soon up on the channel. Luke Voigt will take strike one to start his debut here in the top of the second, and called strike two. Fastball from Eric Fetty ahead in the count early on here. This is his 27th starting game in his career for Eric, and his 36th game in general. Looks like a slider down and away. They're going to miss 1-2 count to the Yankees first baseman. Voigt and Sanchez on deck. Here we are. Called strike three on the outside edge. Got him looking. I hesitated there for a second because the umpire was kind of slow to make a call there. It looked like right on the outside edge of the plate. He just hesitated for a second, so I didn't want to give you guys wrong information here. But yes, called strike three. Luke Voigt down looking. So back-to-back strikeouts for Eric. That is his third strikeout of the game. And now Gary Sanchez will be stepping in. Again, much like a lot of these Yankees players, looking for his first hit. Ryan Zimmerman and Buster Posey are among a couple other players opting out of the 2020 season this year because of COVID, because they want to stay healthy, keep their family safe, and be at a low-risk scenario. Of course, the Nationals and Ryan Zimmerman have been or have a long history with each other. Zimmerman's been on this team for forever. He wins the World Series last year. He's not on that team now, which gives the Nats more chances to expand their guys and get more playing time in for someone like Howie Kendrick or Carter Kieboom, who's going to be going back and forth from DH and third base. Sanchez going to foul one off. 1-2 count now to the Yankees backstop. But yeah, a few guys have opted out already, and it is unfortunate to see, but at the end of the day, safety does matter most, and that is what we are all trying to maintain, safety and health of the players. The 1-2 to Gary. Down and away, looks like another slider, 87 miles an hour, or a changeup. Down and away, count is even at 2-2. On deck is Gio Urshela. He bats 8th place the hot corner tonight for the New York Yankees, and Brett Gardner will be rounding out the Yankees lineup, batting 9th, starting in left field. That's my guy. Struggled, though, in the first game. Not a lot of at-bats because it was only 5 innings, but he went 0 for 3 with, I believe, 3 strikeouts. Gary Sanchez right back up the middle, but because of the shift, Starlin Castro was standing right behind second base, fields the ball cleanly, makes the throw, and that is going to end it. So a 4-3 put out there to retire Gary Sanchez. No runs on no hits for the New York Yankees, and we are going to now go to the bottom of the second. Do I play baseball? Yes, I do. Not this year, but I have in the past, and I have ever since I was very young. I like to pitch. I can pretty much play anywhere. I caught a lot last year. First base, outfield, middle infield, really wherever. My favorite is probably either pitching or catching. And there we have it. So the Nationals try to see if they can get something going here in the bottom of the second, as Jubal Cabrera, Kurt Suzuki, and Carter Kieboom are all going to go ahead and get at bats here in the bottom of the second. James Paxton looked good. Eric Fetty looks very good so far to this point. Early on in this game, but 2 innings in or an inning and a half in, it just, I don't know if it feels the same or not. You know, of course, we have baseball. Baseball's back, but just the empty stands, it's something different. Like watching right now and seeing James Paxton or Eric Fetty pitching and just no one sitting behind home plate is kind of weird. And I know for me, I would definitely be attending some Yankee games this summer if fans were allowed. But unfortunately, that is not the case. If you guys are watching right now and want to comment, I would like to hear your opinions on the flat fans, like the cardboard cutout fans that some teams do have in the stadium. You know, the Oakland Athletics have it. I think the New York Mets as well. But if you guys don't know, you can submit pictures to certain Major League Baseball teams, and they will put it on a cardboard cutout and place you somewhere in the stands, like you're kind of there in attendance. I think it's cool, but at the same time, um, it does kind of look a little bit different, and a little bit of adjusting that is necessary to watching without fans, but not bad. I don't think I'm going to do so. I don't think I'm going to get a cardboard cutout, but I'll be watching my games from my couch or here in my broadcasting booth. So here we go. Baseball is getting ready to return here for the bottom second out in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Again, switch hitting third baseman as Jubal Cabrera will be leading it off for the Curly W's, reigning World Series champions. Colton says they are good for the atmosphere of the game. And you like it? Yeah. I'm a fan. Just it's gonna take me a little while to get used to. Like right now, in Washington D.C., all the seats are just empty, and it's a bunch of advertising for Delta Airlines. So it's nice because you can focus on like the players and everything that's going on. But you know, it's definitely nice to see fans in there. And Moffitt says, yeah, he'll pass on the cardboard cutout as well. The first pitch to is Jubal Cabrera, who is hitting righty because of left-handed pitcher James Paxton, is a ball. He puts that one into play. Second pitch to the at-bat, right through the gap in the right field, and Aaron Judge will come up with the ball on the ground, getting it in as Jubal Cabrera with his first hit of the year. A single to lead things off now, and Kurt Suzuki looks to keep things going and get the ball rolling. See if the Nationals can score first and early on. Kurt Suzuki, 2 at-bats, no hits, and a 0.000 OPS to this point in just 2 at-bats. Catcher for the Washington Nationals, and there is a slight shift. We have 3 infielders on the left side. The pitch from Paxton put into play and threw the shift on the left side of the infield. So you had the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, and the shortstop, Gleyber Torres, hovering more towards second base, and it's hit right in between them. Kurt Suzuki now with the single, and that's back-to-back base hits for the Nats. Coming up, making his 2020 debut is young player for the Washington Nationals, Carter Kieboom. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Last year in 2019, he had 39 at-bats, hitting only 128, but with 2 home runs, 2 RBIs, and a 491 on-base plus slugging. Big opportunity now with 2 men on and 1 runner in scoring position and no outs. He has the chance to go ahead and score or bring in the first run of the game for Washington. So Paxton's definitely missed his spots early on this inning. It's not a good sign, but hopefully he gets back on track here. We need a double play or a strikeout. The check swing, and the home plate umpire says Carter goes around. Strike one. Doesn't look happy with that call, kind of shaking his head, rolling his eyes, looking back at the umpire like, come on now. So he's going to be down in the count 0-1. He's only played 12 career games in Major League Baseball. And with the replay, it's hard to see. He gets very close to breaking his wrist if he doesn't. But again, it is a called strike anyway by the home plate umpire. The 0-1 from James Paxton. Fouled back by tonight's designated hitter. 0-2 now. Victor Robles is due up next, followed up by Michael A. Taylor. What do you think about the players wearing masks in the outfield? I am a big fan of the safety and the health for all the players, and right now it's very concerning because I love having season back, but the chances of a lot of players attracting COVID, it is scary because it's something that we've never seen before. It is similar to the flu, but it's a disease that has affected many, many, many people. I would really want to see all the players be safe and 100% healthy. That's not possible, but I am in favor of the masks. I think it should be optional. But I do think that they are strongly encouraged. I know Clint Frazier of the New York Yankees said he's going to wear a mask for the entire season, not just for himself, but as an example. He wants to set an example for fans and for everyone that, if he can wear a mask playing baseball, we can wear a mask wherever we are. The 1-2 to Carter Kieboom as he fouls back another pitch. James Paxton has thrown 22 balls to home plate so far through 3 outs. He's got runners on first and second, responsible for both. Both men had singles to start this inning. The umpire calls time as Paxton is in his delivery, so he's going to step back. And we're going to try it again here. And I mentioned it already briefly just a few moments ago, but I do believe my next upload, my regular video upload, is going to be the extended playoff format. Very interesting coming to play this year. 16 teams will make it into October baseball, not just 8. So that's a big difference there. Very interesting how it's laid out, but lots of opportunities now for some of these teams who are going to be on the cusp of either a wild card or the division title. I will give you in my video who I think is going to benefit the most from this expanded roster. Colton says he doesn't like that rule. Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. It's going to be interesting. The way they have it set up, too, is very weird. It's almost like a pick-and-play type thing for the best teams in baseball, which kind of seems unfair, but hopefully they make it exciting. Again, I'll discuss it all in more detail in a video coming out soon. Getting back to the game here, Carter Kieboom has worked himself into a full count against James Paxton. If he works a walk here, the bases will be loaded with nobody out for Victor Robles, who to this point does not have a hit through 2 at-bats from Thursday night's game. Paxton trying to get out of this inning unscathed. Here we are. The full count delivery. Pitch is on its way to the plate. Put in play, and it's going to get through the infield again. Back-to-back-to-back singles. Aaron Judge gets the ball in shallow right field, and as Jubal Cabrera will not test the arm, which is a very good idea. So bases will be loaded. Carter Kieboom gets a hit in his first at-bat of the season. Nobody out for Victor Robles. As Jubal Cabrera on third, Kurt Suzuki on second, and Carter Kieboom on first. You have to think that the Nationals find a way to score a run here somehow or another, whether it's a fly ball or another base hit. I would think, Paxton's have to look very, very good in order for them to keep the bases stranded with nobody coming across the plate. He looked very good in the first inning, got through it quickly, didn't allow a base runner minus the triple from Castro, which would have almost been an out. Judge just couldn't get there. So now he really has to work the bottom portion of the lineup. You have Victor Robles, Michael Taylor, and then top of the order, Trey Turner, assuming there's not a double play. Paxton is in trouble. Yes, he is. It is 0-1 to Robles as Victor fouls one back. 3 consecutive singles have been allowed by James Paxton. Big swing and a miss, 92-mile-per-hour fastball up in the zone. 1 strike away from the first out at the bottom half of the second inning here. The big Maple trying to record his 4th out of the game. Lots of movement on that pitch. Robles finds himself down 0-2. Trying to stay alive here, keep the at-bat going, and Paxton's going to step off. Comments here. Do you think you will ever daily upload? There's a chance. Yeah, there might be like a week or two in this summer stretch where I upload frequently, when baseball's back in the swing of things, when there's a lot of news, when there's a lot going on. I think that is definitely possible. I've done it before for like maybe a week or two at a time. But with baseball now starting up, I'm going to try to stream as many games as possible. And then I will upload as well, like the big news, the highlights, standings updates, like all the usual stuff that I do on the channel usually. And we're on the grind, almost at 1,000 subscribers, guys. I'm very, very excited. Thank you all so much for your continued support. I would love to reach that milestone by the end of the season this year. If you are watching and you haven't already subscribed, I do ask that you consider it. We're on our way to 1K, getting a lot of great content out there. Lots coming your way. Some new things we haven't done on the channel before that I'm currently working on. Very, very excited for. Baseball's back, and I plan to have a lot of content out for you guys in the next upcoming week. The next upcoming weeks, plural. And here's the 1-2 to the center fielder tonight for the Nationals. Again, fouled back. Paxton at 30 pitches now without an out here in the bottom half of the second. Robles at the plate now. Michael Taylor on deck. Leadoff batter Trey Turner in the hole. Here we go. Paxton with the 1-2 delivery to the Nats center fielder. It's going to be a breaking ball down in the dirt. Gary Sanchez stops it. Count is even now at 2 apiece, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So, guys, let me know what's going on around the league in Major League Baseball. Who's winning the games? Who's losing the games? I know the Rays won today. The Orioles won today. Other than that, I'm seeing right now the Astros won 7-2 over the Mariners. That's not really a surprise. That should be an easy win. And another foul ball from Victor Robles. 7 pitches in the at-bat. Paxton looking a little rough around the edges here. I don't know how many innings he's going to get with the 5-inning game Thursday night and Garrett Cole going all 5 innings because of the rain. No one in the bullpen was used, so any Yankee bullpen arm can be utilized. That's down the line and fair. Good for an extra base hit. Victor Robles should get at least a 2 RBI double on it. And he will. Key boom to third. Both Cabrera and Suzuki score. So it's a no-out, 2 RBI double for Victor Robles. Those are his first 2 RBIs of the season. Cabrera scores. Suzuki scores. Carter Keyboom out to third. Robles with that 2 RBI, 2 extra base hit. It was a long at bat. It just got fair. I'd say about a foot to the right of the left field foul line. Colin, you're thinking about making a YouTube channel. Should you? I definitely recommend it. I started YouTube up 2 years ago. And one of the best decisions I've made recently. I love YouTube. I love all the friends that I've made here on the channel. It's just a great experience for me. If you guys don't know, I am looking to go ahead, pursue this as a career down the line in my future, broadcasting and journalism. I really look up to guys like A-Rod, and even reporters like Ken Rosenthal and Jeff Passan. Big fans of them. I would love to get on the field and do that too. Post-game interviews and stuff. Like anything that revolves around baseball, I'm 100% in. And I thought, this would just be a great way to kind of get some practice in and to see what it's like. And one of the best decisions, again, that I've made. I definitely recommend you making a YouTube channel. Michael Taylor here now with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Going to foul back the first pitch he sees. So he's going to be down 0-1. To start this at-bat off, I'm going to grab some water really quick. With my New York Yankees cup from a game, I want to say last year. Fastball up and in, counts even at 1 apiece. Carter Kieboom sitting at third. Victor Robles, the 2 RBI double at second base right now. James Paxton, this is definitely not the initial game that he wanted to start the year off with, but he still could go get some outs here. He really cannot allow many more runs, at least not this early on. We need to see some big offensive performances here from the New York Yankees. We're getting to the bottom of the order. As we go to the top of the third, it's going to be Urshela, Gardner, then DJ again. So we'll see how things go. It is still a very early game. It's anyone's game. Again, 9 innings at least of Major League Baseball. Never count a team out. 1-2, fouled back again. Lots of foul balls from James Paxton. He just cannot seem to retire guys. He gets into 2-strike counts, but from there just struggles to sit them down. Wildfood says, you're a natural commentator, Nick. You'll do great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I appreciate you always being here, Wildfood. Colton Bryson, I appreciate the support. Long time you guys have been here. At least for Wildfood Bryson, I remember, we were in the World Series. I was, going through the World Series games live, and you guys were there. It was awesome. Cannot wait to see that happening again this year. Hope to see you on the Yes Network or SNY. That would be amazing. Like, that'd be awesome. Years down the line, sitting in there, up in the booth at Yankee Stadium or something, like, that'd be awesome. That'd be great. Or for the Mets, too, or any team that will take me, I would be glad to work for. But growing up as a big Yankees fan and enjoying Mets baseball, I would love to work with any New York team. Again, anything general. I'm be thankful for anything I get here. But this is definitely something I would love to pursue down the line and in the future. The count is now even to Michael Taylor. And he is playing left field tonight. Again, Andrew Stevenson and Michael Taylor are going back and forth, it looks like, so far, these first 2 games. So seeing who is going to get that starting left field spot until Juan Soto is healthy again and he tests negative from COVID. Full count to Taylor. Paxton really not looking good. I don't know if he goes more than 2 innings or even if he finishes this inning, if he can't get an out. I don't know if anyone's warming up in the bullpen, but we might see Chad Green or someone come in for 3 or 4 innings. That one's bounced in the dirt. It's going to get past Gary Sanchez. And ball 4 hit by pitch, I don't know. It did bounce right in front of Taylor's foot. Hard to see if it clipped him or not, but either way, it is a walk. So bases loaded now for the Washington Nationals leadoff man and shortstop Trey Turner. No, so it didn't get Taylor's foot. It is just a ball in the dirt. Paxton bounces it over the plate, and it's a pass ball. Kieboom does not think about running. Bases loaded, nobody out, and James Paxton is out of this game, guys. That is going to end it for Big Maple's night. Unfortunate. He was looking good in that first inning, and I got a very quick look. I want to say that might be Michael King coming into this game, but we will find out, I'm assuming, after this commercial break. Colton says, I think he has to test negative twice. Yes, he has to test negative for COVID 2 times, so he can't test negative and positive. It has to be consecutive tests, negative and then negative again before he can return to activities with the club. And, of course, that means getting back into a regular season game. And that really hurts me because fantasy baseball, I have Juan Soto on the team, and right now he's hurt. So he's an easy bench bat for me. Commercial break here. I'm going to grab some water. If you guys are just tuning in, it is currently 2-0. Washington Nationals are ahead of the New York Yankees here in the bottom of the second with nobody out and bases loaded for our new bullpen arm that is going to be coming into the game here. Carter Kieboom Carter Kieboom with a single after Cabrera and Suzuki had back-to-back hits to start the bottom half of this inning. So it was 3 singles in a row. Then Victor Robles, after a very long at-bat, gets a 2 RBI double, and that is currently where we stand with runs and RBIs on this game. Taylor drew a walk after, again, another full count at-bat from James Paxton. He is going to end the night here. Unfortunate. Again, he was really looking for a bounce back year this season because he had surgery last year. He didn't do too great. This is just first. Oh my goodness, words. This is just his first outing, though. So there are chances for him to bounce back. This is easily just this could just be an exhibition game for him. He can come back these next 10, 11 starts, assuming he's healthy for all of them, and he can be like lights out, and that would be awesome for the New York Yankees. I think that's what they're looking for from him, especially because right now there's a little bit of uncertainty with our starting rotation. Not uncertainty, just guys that currently aren't up yet with us. We'll see how things go. Bryson says his favorite relief pitcher on the Yankees is Chad Green. Yeah, we have a bunch of great relievers. One of the best bullpens in baseball. I don't know if I could pick just one. I am a big Chad Green fan myself. I like Otto, Nasty, and I love number 0. Like, that's just awesome. And just a quick story here as we're waiting for the game to come back. When Adam Ottavino was younger, he played baseball, and his coach, I believe this is how the story goes, give or take. I heard this a while ago. I think when he first joined the Yankees organization after coming over from the Colorado Rockies. But he was playing, as he was a young kid, he was picking out numbers, and his dad said, go with 0 because it looks like an O, and O is obviously for Ottavino, which is his last name. So that would be awesome. And he got that, and now he sticks with the Major League Baseball. I think that's just super cool. Fun little story here. And it is Michael King who comes into this game. First pitch he throws to Trey Turner is a ball. But here we go. Turner with the little dribbler. Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, and then Luke Voigt is not going to be there. It's going to be Michael King covering first. So 6-4-3 double play. A lot going on there. A little hectic. Trey Turner with an RBI or a fielder's choice ground into a double play. That was it right to Gleyber Torres. Torres flipped it to DJ. Oh, sorry, that was Luke Voigt over at first base. Luke Voigt looks so much different this year, guys. He trimmed off a lot of weight. New hairstyle. Actually, yeah. Crazy stuff going on here. Carter Kieboom is going to score, and it looks like it's going to be a 3-run deficit at least going into the top of the third for the New York Yankees. So Turner, that is a 6-4-3. This is King's second ever appearance at a major league level. He made 1 appearance last year and now 1 this year early on. 2-0 count to Adam Eaton. He's behind. That fastball is going to miss just inside, registering at 95 miles an hour. So with the double play, Victor Robles moves up to third, and Michael Taylor is going to be out at second base. Runner on third, 2 outs here now for Michael King. Now that run that scores on the Trey Turner double play is now going to go towards James Paxton. He was responsible for the bases loaded. So still, if Victor Robles comes in, that will affect Paxton's ERA. Same thing with Kieboom, who just scored. This happened with Chris Davinsky and the Astros. Yep. Yes, it did. 3-0 count. Get me over fastball. Eaton takes it. So 3-1 now. Runner on third and 2 outs again for the Washington Nationals. The Braves beat the Mets 5-3 in 10 innings. Adam Eaton going to sky that one out to about left center field. Hicks will be under it and make the catch. So a very long inning for the Nationals offense. They score 3, and that will end it there. So let's see, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Nationals here in the bottom of the second inning. We're going to flip things over here, see if the Yankees can at least get one run back. 2 up for them. Gio Urshela batting 8th. Brett Gardner batting 9th. And then top of the order with DJ LeMay. All right, so here we are. Go through some comments, see if I missed anything. All right, cool. Gio Urshela is 1 for 2 so far this year. He's got a 500 average and a 1.167 OPS. No home runs or RBIs just yet, but if he gets on base here to lead off the inning for the New York Yankees, that can be a big chance for New York to tack some back here and try to get back from this 3-run deficit that they find themselves in early on. James Paxton not with a great start to this game. Michael King comes in to relieve him. He gets 3 outs, only gives up the 1 run. Unearned for King, earned for Paxton. That's key there. So Paxton will end his night with, let's see, 1 strikeout and 3 earned runs. 4 hits. Sorry, 5 hits and 3 runs, 1 strikeout for James. So unfortunate. It just kind of is what it is. It is early. It's his first start, so hopefully he can come back here and in these next couple games that he does start, he can bounce back, look really good. We're gonna need him. Starting pitching got a lot better this winter with Garrett Cole, but we still need to go ahead and play every game like it's the last. That goes with every team in Major League Baseball right now because we are only playing 60 games. And it's going to go quick. It's fast-paced. It's different for sure for fans and players, but it's fun. And at the end of the day, it is baseball. And that's what we all want. The first pitch from Eric Fedde to Gio Urshela is a called strike. Remember, Urshela, Gardner, and DJ all due up. Gardner, out of the 3, is the only one without a hit so far to this point in the season. 93-mile-per-hour fastball on the outside part of the plate, called strike 2 by the home plate umpire. And Max Scherzer currently being interviewed by the Fox team, taking over this game. He pitched well, struck out 11 New York Yankees on Thursday, but got the loss. That's his 3rd opening day game with 10-plus strikeouts. That's tied for 2nd all time. I'm reading now with the demographic on the screen, which is awesome. Max Scherzer is just a beast, guys. One of the best pitchers in baseball. I don't have to tell you that. I mean, this guy is so good. He's up there with some of the best guys in Major League Baseball right now as pitching members. Garrett Cole, Justin Verlander. There's so many names. I'm blanking. Charlie Morton, Zach Greinke. I think I already mentioned him. I'm honestly just in another world here. I'm excited that baseball's back. And Gio, ground ball to Trey Turner. Turner cannot make the play, so that looks like it's going to be the 3rd error on the Washington Nationals defense. And the ball gets thrown away, and Gio advances to second base. I don't know what just happened because of the camera angle, but there is a lot going on right here. So he's going to get to second, I believe, on 2 errors now. I'm waiting to see if a replay is shown. It was a ground ball hit to Trey Turner, a pretty conventional play. Right to the shortstop, and Trey Turner's got a really nice glove. Let's see what happens here. Slow-mo. It just gets to the top of his glove, like right here, and it pops up and just gets past him. So it rolls to the grass, and Urshela gets the first. I don't know how he got to second. We still did not get to see via the camera angle, but runner on second now for Brett Gardner. First pitch to him is a called ball outside, just going to miss down and away. So Urshela gets to second here on an error by Trey Turner. And Brett Gardner with a runner in scoring position. His first hit could be a big one of the season. It might knock in the first run of the game for the New York Yankees. Same location there for Eric Fedde again, down and away. And that one is going to be a called strike. So what happens there is Trey Turner threw the ball into pitcher Eric Fetty, and he just like didn't go for it. Like it bounced into his glove, but then it just missed the glove, got past him, and Gio Urshela took full advantage of that, made it to second base, and that is how the Yankees have a runner in scoring position at the moment. 89-mile-per-hour looked to be a changeup that's going to be down and missed for a ball. Gardner ahead of the count, 2-1 here. Batting ninth, starting in left field for the Yankees today. He is 0 for 3 from Thursday night's game. He is getting older. Last year, he had a career high in a single season with home runs and RBIs. I believe he had 28 home runs and mid-70 runs batted in. Gardner's been one of my favorite players ever since Derek Jeter retired. Guy I definitely look up to. Really great person on and off the field. He's got that leadership role in him. And it was said as of today that Garrett Cole and Brett Gardner took the Yankees staff out for a nice little dinner, like a group team dinner. And they got to watch games from last night. Brett Gardner with a long fly ball out to right field. Adam Eaton will make the catch, but Gio Urshela will tag to third. So fly out to left field. Urshela makes third base, and DJ LeMahieu is 1 for 1 with a single. This is his 2020 debut. He's got a runner in scoring position, and we know last year, again, I'm going to repeat his 2019 numbers, his first season with the New York Yankees. 602 at-bats, 26 home runs, 102 RBIs, 5 stolen bases, a 3.27 average, and an 8.93 on-base plus slugging. He did very well. Pretty much the entirety of the season last year. I'm expecting nothing different now. And just like that, he's going to loop a single out into left center field. Taylor will cut it off. Gio Urshela will come in to score. DJ LeMahieu is 2 for 2 with an RBI single now. So there we have it, a 1 RBI single. Urshela scores. And I'm actually just going to look at the scoring really quick on his first hit, because I want to make sure that was scored properly on my end here. And Aaron Judge, oh my gosh, first pitch, hits it right down to third base as Dribble Cabrera lays out, makes a great play on the ground, throws it over to second. He will get the out with DJ LeMahieu, but he will not get the out at first. The double play is not made. Only 1 out. So DJ is out. Judge will get the fielder's choice. And sorry, the first at-bat for DJ LeMahieu was just an error all around, not a base hit. So DJ is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. That was his first hit of the game. I didn't want to check that really quick. All right, so 1 hit for the Yankees, and that is DJ LeMahieu. It was an RBI single. Aaron Judge now on first. DJ LeMahieu, remember, is out because of the fielder's choice. And Gleyber Torres is up to bat. He's 0 for so far. He grounded into a fielder's choice in the first inning, his first at-bat of the game. He went 0 for 2 in his last game on Thursday. Bryson S. Gardner only played with the Yankees, right? Yes, correct. Gardner has played with the Yankees since 2008, 2009. Longest tenured active Yankee player. And obviously, with that being said, he is the only New York Yankee on the team right now who won with the team back in 2009 in the World Series. CC Sabathia would be the other, but he retired last season. Looks great, by the way. He did a lot of workouts and exercises in CC Sabathia from the end of last year in Major League Baseball to just weeks ago. I mean, he looks phenomenal. He's really gotten into shape. He always said he pitched better when he was bigger, and that he was just going to lose the weight when he retired. He stuck with that, and he looks great. Luke Voigt slimmed down a lot. A lot of players took advantage of this extended, off season, you could say. And that's going to be a slow roller to Dribble Cabrera, the third baseman. He will make the play there. So back-to-back plays for the switch hitting as dribble defensively, and that is a 5-3 putout. 1 run on 1 hit for the New York Yankees. So they get one back, still down 2 as we go to the bottom of the third. Let's see, due up for the Washington Nationals. It looks like we have the 3-4-5 batters. That's going to be Starlin Castro, Howie Kendrick, and Asdrubal Cabrera, who just was a big part of the defense in that top of the third. We've been streaming for over an hour and 5 minutes already, and that is crazy. It doesn't feel like that long. Time flies when you're having fun. I mean, baseball's here, streaming, back on YouTube, doing what I love. This is so exciting, so much fun. Again, I'm going to try to stream as many games as possible because it's a shortened season. Either way, I would have gone, if it was a regular 162 year, I would have streamed as many games in the summer as possible. But especially now because we're not getting as many games in. I'll try to get a lot of Yankees and Mets games. If there are games on ESPN, like Fox, like today, I'll try to get those in as well. And just really play all over the place. If it's on TV, it's on a channel that I have, I'll try to stream it, give you my best efforts here. I love doing this, and I love being live with you guys. It's just so much fun. I'm getting practice, talking to you guys. I really just enjoy doing this. YouTube is amazing. And yeah, like Colton, anyone else who's thinking of creating a YouTube channel, definitely do it. I suggest it. It's so much fun. It's definitely worth it. And honestly, this is just something I could see me doing for a long time down the line, like not even just, so whenever I could see, going down really far with this channel. We've made it very far already. It's crazy for me being at almost 1,000 subscribers. Like if you asked me 2 years ago when I wasn't even a month into making videos and uploading, if I would get to this point, especially within 2.5 years potentially, I think you'd be crazy because I never saw my channel doing this well. I thank you guys all again so much for the support. You are all amazing. I could not be here and I would not be here without each and every one of you. So we head into the bottom of the third inning. The Nationals are currently up 3-1 on the New York Yankees. The first pitch from Michael King to Starlin Castro is a strike. Now Starlin is 1-for-1 on the day. He had that triple back in the first inning, was the only hit the Nationals had until last inning when they did score 3 runs. And a big part of that there was the 3 singles to start their half of the frame. This is King's second appearance, and honestly, he looks really good. I think we're going to see a lot of young pitching come up to the major league level for the New York Yankees this year. Clark Schmidt, I'm sure, is going to get the nod at some point, whether it's out of the bullpen as a reliever or starting the game for us as a number 5 guy or a number 4 guy. Starlin Castro going to pop up in foul territory over to first baseman Luke Voigt. So putting that in the books as a P3, and the first out is made. Howie Kendrick due up now. He's 0-for-1 on the day. He lined out to center field, and Aaron Hicks was there to make the catch. Going into today's game, he was hitless. He's still listening for his first hit of the season. The first pitch from King is going to be a fastball inside, clocking in at 94 miles an hour. Ball 1. So yeah, Davey Garcia, Clark Schmidt, Michael King, lots of young guys with not a lot of experience so far at the major league level. I think will see a lot of time up here with the Yankees this year. And as we're talking, as I'm kind of rambling on here with the young talent, Howie Kendrick's going to ground out. So 2 quick outs for King. He's looking very good. And he came in to relieve Paxton. He got the double play, which is what he was looking for. A run did score, but he was very efficient. He's done exactly what the Yankees wanted him to so far, and he's only thrown 12 pitches. Asdrubal Cabrera steps in. He led off the bottom of the second with that initial single that kept the ball going. That was the spark plug for the Nationals. And the off-speed pitch from King is going to miss way outside. Ball 1-0 to the switch hitter. Now, Cabrera hitting from the left side this time because King is right-handed. That's a nice fastball down and in. I don't think Asdrubal Cabrera liked that call, but it's going to be even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. King is only 25 years old. 6'3", 210 pounds, and is from Rochester, New York. So he's a local guy. Cabrera going to put it into play. Luke Voigt goes for it, but backs off. DJ LeMahieu going to get to the ball, make the throw over to Luke Voigt, who's covering the bag, and a 1-2-3 inning for Michael King. Yankees have 1 run, 1 hit, and no errors. Nationals, 3 runs, 5 hits, and 4 errors going into the top of the 4th. That is a 4-3 put out there. No runs on no hits. King looking very dominant in his debut, first game of the season, second career appearance at a major league level. And the Yankees are going to have their 4, 5, and 6 men batting this inning. And that is designated hitter Giancarlo Stanton, switch hitting center fielder Aaron Hicks, and first baseman Luke Voigt, who again is almost unnoticeable and unrecognizable or irrecognizable, however you say the word, because of how much he's done this offseason. He looks really good, and hopefully he plays just as well as he did last year. Crazy good year with the New York Yankees, especially considering some of his numbers with the Cardinals previously before coming to New York. So still only 1 hit for the New York Yankees as we go to the 4th inning, and that is from DJ LeMahieu. This is his first game of the year. For those of you who just joined, there are a couple new guys here on the stream. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here with me tonight. Yankees and Nationals coverage. The Nats are currently up 3-1 as we head into the away half of the 4th inning. The New York Yankees are due up. Stanton, Hicks, and Voigt. An inning here could be really big if there is a rally going. Stanton, the only Yankee with a home run so far. If he is healthy, he's going to be very good. I think him and or Judge have shots at potentially being an AL MVP candidate. If not winning the MVP award, I did predict a couple of guys who I think was going to win what for the American League and the National League. Go check out that video on the channel once the stream is over. A lot of prediction videos recently for this upcoming season and newly started 2020 shortened year for Major League Baseball. So we're turning back to our nation's capital now for the broadcast. It looks like we are getting ready to start the top half of the 4th, and that will lead off with Giancarlo Stanton. Notable 4 errors for the Washington Nationals defense in 3 innings, but Eric Fedde has looked very good so far, considering he wasn't even supposed to pitch tonight. Steven Strasburg was. That's going to be a ball up and in. Stanton takes it, but it's going to clip. It looks like maybe the catcher, then the umpire. The home plate umpire takes a couple steps, gives himself a minute to kind of cool off, make sure he's okay, walks up to Eric, just, like, give me time here. Let's see again. Oh, Suzuki just misses the ball completely, and it hits the home plate umpire, like, right in the chest. And it's going to be a 1-0 count here to Stanton. Hopefully he's okay. Just takes a moment here to go ahead, catch his breath, regroup. Nationals, looks like physician is out there, making sure he's okay. He is. He's laughing it off. He's ready to go. So, again, 1-0 count to Giancarlo Stanton now. And Stanton grounded out into a double play back in the 1st inning. Hit over to the 3rd baseman, Jubal Cabrera. Cabrera sent it over to Castro. Castro made the throw over to Kendrick in time to retire 2 men. And that ended the inning. Fastball going to miss down and away ever so slightly at 94 miles an hour. So 2-0 to Giancarlo Stanton. I'm assuming he gets something right down the middle. He has the green light. And if it is a fastball, if he's sitting on that heater, it might be gone. But 88 miles an hour looks like maybe a changeup or a 2-seam or 4-seam pitch. Outside, 3-0 to Giancarlo. I would think you wait here. Let the pitch go. On deck is Aaron Hicks. He's looking for his first hit of the game, but no! Giancarlo Stanton swings 3-0 and make that 2 homers for Big G. He is healthy. He is back. 2 home runs. That is his 4th RBI of the year. He is smiling as he rounds 3rd base, as he should be. Oh my goodness. Giancarlo Stanton, 417 feet projected distance on that missile out to left center field. You love to see it. I said earlier in the stream, I want to see at least one Yankee go yard today. We get Giancarlo for the second time this year, making a 3-2 ball game. Leadoff home run here on a 3-0 count. I said he would swing 2-0, 3-0. I thought he would take all the way, but no, he got that green light and he put up a run very quickly for the New York Yankees. Aaron Hicks going to take strike one. What a hit. That is Giancarlo Stanton's second home run of the year. The only two home runs that the New York Yankees franchise currently have are from the now healthy designated hitter. And when he's healthy, guys, he is going to destroy the baseball. I hope he's an AL MVP candidate, maybe alongside Judge. Hopefully he wins. I mean, at this pace, he had a huge game on opening night. 3 RBIs, 2 hits, a 2-run home run, and now a solo shot here for Giancarlo Stanton. This game is within 1 run, and Aaron Hicks in a swing and a miss counts 1 and 2. Yankees only down 1 now as Giancarlo Stanton hits that home run to left center field. Eric Fetty has thrown 50 pitches to this point, retired 9 batters, giving up 2 runs, allowing 2 hits. That one's going to be a fastball outside, counts even at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the switch hitting Hicks, who, of course, is batting left-handed with the right-handed Eric Fetty on the mound for the Nationals. The 2-2. Hicks puts it into play. It's going to get through the shift. Aaron Hicks has his first hit of the season. It's a single, so back-to-back knocks now for the Yankees. That'll bring up Luke Voit, who, I'm looking at it here, struck out back in the second and did not get a hit on Thursday. So if he can go ahead, grab his first hit, we could see another RBI, or we see 2 men on for Gary Sanchez. So again, Luke Voit stepping in. He is hitless so far, looking to go ahead and grab his first hit of the year, much like Aaron Hicks just did moments ago. Eric's going to throw back to first, check up on Aaron Hicks. He's in there safely. 1 runner on, and that is Aaron Hicks at first. Nobody out for the New York Yankees first baseman. Now, the Yankees have a patch on their left sleeve of the jerseys honoring Hank Steinbrenner. Voit going to dribble it over to Trey Turner. 6-4. Not in time for the double play, but it is a 6-4 putout and fielder's choice. So Hicks out, trying to advance to second on the ground ball. It was a forced play. But Voit will get to first safely. That'll bring up the backstop, Gary Sanchez. Now, Sanchez is also hitless. He grounded out to second back in the second inning. See if he can get something here and keep this inning going for the New York Yankees. Only 1 out and 1 man on. It's a 1-run game. Colton says, who is your favorite player not on the Yankees? Josh Donaldson is my favorite player currently not on the New York Yankees. I grew up playing baseball, and when I was in Little League and Rec, when I was on Rec, I was a Tampa Bay Ray. But in Little League, I was with the Toronto Blue Jays, and I started just watching the Blue Jays in Major League Baseball with the Yankees. Of course, the Yankees have been my favorite team ever since I was really young. Because I was on the Blue Jays, I was like, hey, let me watch the team that I play for, because I thought, I was playing for the Blue Jays, right? So I'm watching the Blue Jays. A lot of names really stick out. This is, back in the early 2010s decade, and Josh Donaldson, Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion. You had Troy Tulowitzki. Like, you had 4 really great players on that team. They were really, really good, but Donaldson, just something about him stood out to me. I loved the way he played. I just thought he was so close to third baseman. He hit the ball very well. As a young kid, I really looked up to him, and he just has kind of carried that through. I really enjoy watching Josh Donaldson play to this day. My current favorite not Yankee player is the bringer of rain. That's why I was a little upset, granted, that he signed with the Twins on a 4-year, $92 million contract this winter, because the Twins and the Yankees, it's not really a rivalry because we seem to beat them a lot in the postseason, but the Twins aren't necessarily a friend of the New York Yankees, so I was a little upset. But hey, I'm happy for him. I'm happy he's getting money, he's getting paid, and he's still going to be one of my favorite players in the game no matter what. So it's a 2-0 count here to Gio Urshela. Luke Voigt standing on first. On deck is Brett Gardner. Urshela reached last time on an error from Trevor Story. He came around to score last inning with the DJ LeMahieu RBI single. That was the first hit of the game for the Yankees and the first hit for DJ and RBI for LeMahieu on the year. Foul back. It's 2-1 to Gio. Now, big question going into the season was, is Gio Urshela going to perform to the same capacity he did last year? He stepped up and played very well for the New York Yankees. I'm sure you guys all know what he was capable of doing. And now that's going to be an RBI extra base hit down the line. I think that should score Luke Voigt, and it doesn't. But it is going to be a double down the line for Gio. I thought off the bat it was going to score Voigt, but he got it in very quickly. Who is that? Michael Taylor got it in very quickly to the infield, so Voigt did not push it. But a 2-out extra base hit for Gio Urshela. Make it second and third now for Brett Gardner. That got just past the diving glove of Asdrubal Cabrera. Very nice placement. And it looks like Eric Fetty might be out of the game. Let's see what happens here. Coach was going out to talk to him. Is he pulling Eric? No, he's not. He's like, hey, calm down. A couple hits already this inning. Get back to things here. Recollect yourself. So we will see how things go here. Gio Urshela, though, with the double. Luke Voigt standing on third. Urshela at second base. 2 runners in scoring position for Brett Gardner. Gardner went 0 for 3 on Thursday night in the initial game, the first game of the season. And so far in this game, he is 0 for 1. He flew out to right field. That advanced Gio Urshela to third back in the third inning, and that allowed him to score on the single from DJ. So at commercial break, we are now back. So there's a demographic now for, the height of New York Yankees players that started tonight. Judge at a whopping 6'7". DJ is 6'4", which is very unusual for a second baseman. Glaber 6'1", Stanton 6'6", Hicks 6'1", Voigt 6'3", Sanchez 6'2", Urshela is 6 foot, Gardner 5'11", so he's just about my height, and Paxton is standing at 6'4" as well. Brett Gardner has an 0-1 count to him here. Fastball just misses off the outside edge, even at 1 apiece. This is a huge at-bat for Brett Gardner. If he can get his first hit and knock in potentially 2 runs, giving the Yankees the go-ahead run in the 4th inning here, that's going to be a really nice way to get his career going. Or not his career going, get his season going. Because we don't know how many years he has left in his career. He is, I think, 36 or 37 at the moment. And, he's not necessarily as good as he used to be. We know that when he was younger, he's got a lot of speed, a lot of contact, a lot of pop. Could hit the ball for good contact. Now, not so much. He is still a very, very good player. Still is my favorite. He's about probably average or maybe, just around that general ballpark. When it comes to fielding and hitting, is not necessarily where he is best at. But he's a valuable asset for the New York Yankees. Role model, long-term Yankee. And it's 3-1 now as he holds up a check swing. A walk works here too because DJ LeMahieu with runners in scoring position and runners on base, just a very good combination. We saw it a lot last year. He performed very well with runners on. Even when runners weren't on, he still hit the ball very well. And the 3-1 here now to Brett Gardner. Fetty trying to stay in this game as long as possible. Fastball 93 miles per hour up and away is going to miss. So Gardner draws a walk. Make it bases loaded. And we might see Eric get yanked very soon because he has gotten himself into quite a pickle here. Leadoff home run from Giancarlo Stanton. A hit from Hicks. He was later out on a fielder's choice from Voigt. But now Luke Voigt stands on third after Gio Urshela double. and Brett Gardner sitting on first. So the Ducks are on the pond for DJ, the leadoff batter. And we're going to see how things play out here, but a big opportunity for the Yankees to open the floodgates here, really score some runs. You're not necessarily going to get a whole lot of power out of DJ LeMahieu. He hit 26 home runs last year in a 160-game season. So he does hit for contact very well. But a grand slam here, definitely possible. But career with bases loaded, he hits 324 with one grand slam. Last year, he was 10 for 15 when there was runners on every base, and he was up to plate. So called strike one to DJ, the 6'4" second baseman. Last year, when he had runners in scoring position, he had 389. With 2 outs, he had 346. And with the bases loaded, he had 667. He is a very clutch hitter. He did very well for the Yankees last year. I'm assuming he does just as well this year. Called strike two, or I'm hoping rather he does just as good this year. And he does become a free agent once the season comes to an end. So I would love to see the Yankees bring him back. Have you ever played select baseball? No, I have not. Is Yankee Stadium the only MLB ballpark you have been to? No, I have been to, I believe the count is 8 Major League Baseball stadiums. And I'll probably talk about that at the commercial break or some point throughout the stream. DJ fouls out and back 0-2. This is a big moment here. I'm actually going to go ahead with the 0-2 count and the bases loaded and the Yankees being down by 1. I'm going to throw my Yankees hat on for a second here, just to kind of see how things go. I mean, I'm sporting my, you guys can't see it really, but Aaron Judge jersey. And he is on deck. Aaron Judge can potentially hit if DJ LeMahieu gets on. 0-2. Ball bounces in the dirt. Kurt Suzuki makes a good stop back there. And keeps it from being a pass ball. So 1-2 now to the Yankees leadoff batter. Going into this inning, DJ LeMahieu had the only hit for the Yankees. Bases loaded, 1-2 count, 2 outs, Yankees down 1. DJ LeMahieu, the pitch, dribbles it, hit into the infield. Howie Kendrick flips it to Eric Fetty, and he will get out of the inning. So DJ LeMahieu will ground out to first to end it. But Giancarlo Stanton with the solo home run, very notable portion of this inning here. That is going to be a 3-1 putout. And that'll do it for the Yankees. So DJ LeMahieu leaves runners on every base possible. And now we're going to head into the bottom of the fourth. For the Washington Nationals, Kurt Suzuki, Carter Kieboom, and Victor Robles are all due up this inning. Ballparks I've been to. Atlanta Braves, the old stadium, because they just got their new one 2 seasons ago. I was at Citizens Bank Park, Citi Field, Yankee Stadium, Oco Coliseum for the Oakland Athletics, the Angels Fields. I was in Arizona for the Diamondbacks, Chase Field, and Camden Yards with the Orioles. So that is 8. I believe that's all. If there were fans in the stadium this year, I would have loved to go ahead and at least get to one more new stadium. But, of course, because fans cannot be in attendance for these regular season games and probably not the postseason games either, that will not be possible. I'll have to wait till 2021. And here we go. So Eric Fetty for the Nationals. Let's talk about him for a second. Came in only starting 26 games in his entire career before today. Last year, he started 12 games and came in as relief in 9 others. He did pretty well. 4-2 record, a 4.5 ERA, 78 innings pitched, 41 strikeouts, and a 1.46 WHIP. He's given up 2 runs today. And let's tally up the hits. Yeah, so 2 runs on 4 total hits. Not bad for Eric Fetty. And again, Steven Strasburg was supposed to start today. He had nerve issues with his right wrist, and that his obviously not going to work being a starting pitcher. So he was scratched from today and his start. He is currently day to day. We don't know. Hopefully, he'll get his go back through the second rotation or back through the rotation a second time around here. Colton says, "Do you dislike the Astros as a Yankees fan?" Just wondering because he's an Astros fan. So I don't dislike the Astros, but of course there is that natural rivalry there. So when the Yankees are playing the Astros, I'm not going to root for them, obviously. And I'm sure the same way with you, you're not going to root for the Yankees when they're playing the Astros. Um, and I don't necessarily root for the Astros when they're not playing the Yankees because the Astros are a good team, and I don't want to face them in the postseason. We've gotten eliminated by them for what, 2 years in a row? Or something like that. We faced them in the postseason a lot recently, and I don't want to deal with them because they are a good team. Now, of course, you did have that cheating scandal come out, and I'm not a fan of that, but teams do cheat. It happens all the time, just to the extent it varies. Things happen, and I'm not justifying anything that anyone does, when you steal signs from second base. But, when the Astros put a camera out there in center, it did look kind of bad for the team and then banging on the trash cans and stuff. I don't dislike them. I don't love them, obviously. I'll watch Astros games. They have good players on their team. I like Bregman. I like Greinke. I like Verlander. They have a good squad. Oh, okay. And Kurt Suzuki, an 0-2 count. Loops went out to left field, and Brett Gardner makes a diving play, but cannot hold on to the ball. So it's going to be a leadoff single for Kurt Suzuki. Brett Gardner just can't get to that one. One of my top three favorite teams. Yankees obviously first, and then really second and third could go either way with Mets and Blue Jays. I love the Mets, of course, because they're a lot more local than the Blue Jays are. And just growing up, they were one of my favorite teams as well. But of course, the Blue Jays, big fan of them because as I mentioned a little while ago on the stream, I did start playing baseball like really competitively on a Blue Jays team. T-ball, or rec ball rather. I was with the Tampa Bay Rays, and then when I got to Little League, I was a Toronto Blue Jay for like 6 or 7 years between the minor and majors. So it was fun, and I like the Blue Jays. I root for them now. They beat the Rays, and yeah, so I'm rooting for them. They've got a young squad, and I think they can definitely go ahead and have a chance at maybe a postseason berth this year with the expanded roster. Carter Kieboom in an 0-2 count here. As the designated hitter so far today, back in the second inning, he came up. He had a single, later scored. That was his first and only at-bat of the season to this point. He's now got a runner on first and falls behind 0-2 to Michael King, who has pitched fairly well at this point, actually very good, considering this is only his second major league appearance in his career. Again, I do think you're going to see a lot of Mike King, a lot of Clark Schmidt. I do think he's going to be somewhere. Schmidt, whether it's out of the bullpen as a reliever or a starter. And Carter Kieboom checks his swing. Home plate umpire says he goes around, so sit him down. Swing and a miss, strike three for Michael King. That is his first strikeout of the appearance. Now, Carter Kieboom, I believe his last at-bat checked his swing, and the umpire called it a strike. He wasn't happy. So, I don't know. Just, something we've seen a little trend so far early on. Victor Robles steps in now with the Nationals backstop standing on first and one away. Robles had a double back in the second. It was a 2 RBI double, and he made it to third, did not score. He comes up again for a second time right now. The pitch from King is going to be 92 mile per hour outside, just misses. So on the little chart here that the Fox network has and every network has from the Shame the Yankee game, like the strike zone, right? That was right on the black, but Sanchez set up for inside. So he really had to reach to get to that ball. And because it was a big movement to get to the ball, the umpire's like, nah, that's a ball because it's outside. Or at least for where the glove was for Gary, considered outside. And Victor Robles with a 2-run home run. A line drive to left field off the foul pole. Hard to be excited about that one as a Yankees fan. But Victor Robles, 337-foot home run off the pesky pole out there in left. He's got 4 RBIs on the day out of 5 for the Washington Nationals. So there is that, ladies and gents. It's now a 5-2 ball game. Suzuki scores. Robles scores. 1 away. Again, you can't count anyone out of any game until the final out is made, because it really can come down to the last minute, the last out, the last play, whatever. Michael Taylor steps in here. He is 0 for 0 on the day. He walked. 1-1 counts to him now. Breaking ball going to drop in for a called strike. And this is his first game of the season. He walked, made it to first, but no further. Back in the second. Comes up now with 1 out, nobody on. Going to hit it the other way to right field, but Aaron Judge is going to make the path to the ball cleanly and get the out. That is a fly out to a right field, an F9 in the scorebooks, and that'll bring up Trey Turner for the 3rd time this ball game. Turner struck out in the first and grounded out into a double play in his next at-bat. First pitch he sees, he's going to pop up to the infield. DJ LeMahieu calling off Luke Voigt, and it's a pop out to the second baseman to end it. So a fairly quick inning for Michael King on the mound, but not before Victor Robles with his second 2 RBI hit of the night. This one in form of a 2-run home run. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Nationals in the bottom half of the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th. Yankees trail by 3. Scores 5-2. How long do you think that there will be fans at the game? Before they're at the game, or do you think fans are going to be at attendance this year? I don't think fans will show up to a game, or will be able to show up to a game until 2021. I just think that's the way we're moving right now. I don't see Major League Baseball allowing fans to come in because just of all the rules and everything. But at the same time, I think it's safer that way, especially because, just safety of the players. Players are already getting sick and they're already contracting it without anyone there. Oh, so no worries. Yeah, I just don't think players will have a game where fans are attending this season, which is unfortunate because I, like many of you probably watching, love to head to a baseball game, sit down and watch it in person. The way we're going right now, I don't think that is going to be possible here. Only going to make something to look forward to in 2021. Heading back to games in person, and it's going to be a fun year. It's a 60-game season, but it's still a season, and I'm all for it. So we're going to head to the top of the 5th. Aaron Judge, Gleyber Torres, Giancarlo Stanton. That seems like 3 guys who are ready to make something happen here for the Yankees offense, who now trail by 3 runs instead of the 1 that they had going into the bottom half of the 4th. Let's go ahead and throw my MLB Network hat back on here. We'll probably stream for at least 2 hours, so at least another 20 minutes or so. Depending on how long or how quick these innings go, we may stream the entire game. If not, I should be streaming again, hopefully within the next couple of days live, and I will have a regular video up as well, either tomorrow or Monday. So stay tuned for that. If you haven't already, guys, don't forget to drop a like down below, comment, and subscribe. Here on the live stream, we are reaching 1,000 subscribers, hopefully this year. Hopefully by the time the season ends, that would be awesome. And we're getting close to 1K. We really are. It's been crazy. The support from you guys have been awesome recently. Tanner Rainey coming in for the Washington Nationals. First pitch to Aaron Judge is blooped out to left center, but Michael Taylor will make the play. So a line out to left, Judge down on one pitch. Now Gleyber Torres. Gleyber still looking for his first hit of the season, as was actually Aaron Judge, I do believe. So Fetty is done. 68 pitches, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Not a bad stat line for his first game of the year. Rainey with a 96-mile-per-hour fastball right down the heart of the plate. Gleyber Torres is going to take it for strike 1. On deck, Giancarlo Stanton. 1 for 2 on the day with a home run, 2 homers on the year, and 4 RBIs to the season so far in 2 games. Torres a line out to center now. So 2 quick outs, 2 outs on 3 pitches from the Nats reliever early on. And Giancarlo Stanton will step in for a 3rd time this ballgame. He homered back last inning, and at the time put the Yankees down only 1 run. The breaking ball from Rainey, first pitch to Stanton, is going to be down in the dirt for ball 1. Looked like a curveball. Stanton ahead in the count here, and we saw Fetty in his at-bat with Stanton. Got behind 2-0. Got behind 3-0. Threw a fastball. Missed his location, and Stanton took advantage of it. Hit it all the way out. Got a hold of it. And that's how that happened. Now another breaking ball in the dirt, 2-0 to Stanton. You got to be careful with these get-me-over pitches to get this pitcher back in the count here. He can't throw anything remotely down the middle because Stanton will crush it. Or up in the zone, Stanton will hit it well. He's going to miss outside. So 3-0 to Stanton yet again. That's 95 miles per hour on the radar gun. He's going to miss outside. And the 3-0 to Giancarlo. 2 outs. Aaron Hicks on deck. Ball 4. Stanton walks on 4 pitches. Doesn't even try to swing at anything. Everything either missed outside or down. And now we're going to see Aaron Hicks. He had a single his last time up. That was in the 4th inning after Stanton's home run. And his first at-bat back in the 2nd inning, he struck out swinging. And he has 1 hit to the season so far. Hitting left-handed with the righty, Tanner Rainey on the mound for the Nationals. High heater, 94 mile per hour, but out of the zone for ball 1. The switch hitting center fielder. Luke Voit due up next, assuming Hicks can get on. And Voit is 0 for 2 on the day as well. Hicks grounds it over to Howie Kendrick playing first base. It's a 3 unassisted, and that will end the inning. No runs on no hits. Rainey does work a walk, though, as he tries to maneuver through the Yankees lineup. Giancarlo Stanton reaches first and is stranded there. The inning, or the half of the inning, comes to a close. Who is my favorite YouTuber? Well, I really only watch like baseball-related YouTube stuff, so like MLB The Show, or like stuff that I do, like Draftneck Mark is my favorite. Just like regular Major League Baseball news YouTuber, Draftneck Mark, 10 times out of 10. Met him a few years back. Very nice guy. He's awesome. Mark is amazing. He knows his stuff. He's so great. He deserves all those, like, he deserves so many more subscribers than he already has. He's at 150K, but this guy knows so much about baseball. He really has a future in this, and I hope to see him work in ESPN or working somewhere if that is what he wants to do. I think, he easily has a shot at that. He is so good at what he does. He's been in the game for so long too. So Draftneck Mark, definitely my favorite, just straight baseball YouTuber. And then MLB The Show, my favorite YouTuber is Shelfie. I mean, Shelfie's awesome. Watch him on YouTube. Watch him on Twitch. I was actually watching his stream earlier today. Like, I watched a bunch of guys. I watched Fuzzy, Daddy Dimu, Mighty Go, all the big MLB The Show guys, and Fuzzy does, of course, MLB The Show and baseball as well, like the news and highlights. A lot of great guys on YouTube for baseball, a lot of great people who cover the game, and it's awesome. So I'm, hoping to maybe get to that point where I'm kind of sitting up there in their company at some point. So here we go. Going into the sixth inning already. This game feels like it's going by really quick. Almost 2 hours in, though. For the Nationals, right fielder Adam Eaton, second baseman Starlin Castro, and first baseman Howie Kendrick are all due up this bottom half of the inning. 78-mile-per-hour curveball just outside, but swung on and missed at by Adam Eaton. So that's going to be 0-1. Michael King is going to be ahead of the count now. Eaton's 0 for 2 today. He flew out to left and he flew out to center. He had the one and only Nationals hit last game. It was a solo home run, and here he's going to sneak single through the right side of the infield, and he is aboard early on. I would think Michael King maybe goes. Oh, sorry, this is the bottom of the fifth inning, not the bottom of the sixth. My apologies here. I would assume King maybe goes this inning and maybe one more, or stops after this inning, depending on how well he does and if he gives up any runs or hits. That can really kind of drag him into the mud. A leadoff single isn't bad because you can easily work out of that. Strikeout, double play, or double play, strikeout, whatever. Easy ways to get out of this inning here. He is not really in much of trouble just yet, and hopefully it stays that way. Former New York Yankees Starlin Castro coming up to the plate. He's 1 for 2 with the triple back in the first inning of the ball game. That was his first hit of the year. With a runner on first, he's looking to capitalize here. Extend the 3-run lead that the Nationals have. And King has checked up on Eaton twice now as he's thrown over to Luke Voigt. Castro still has not seen a pitch yet in his at-bat. The first one he does is a called strike. 90 mile per hour right down the middle. Castro, the number 3 batter. Howie Kendrick, who had a great postseason performance last year, just hit very well for the Washington Nationals, was a huge part of that explosive offense that led them to the World Series and a championship ring for the first time in franchise history. He is due up next. He is 0 for 2 on the day. And Castro is going to take a breaking ball just slightly down and away. Count's going to be even at 1 ball and 1 strike. King looks back at Eaton. And timeout is called. I'm planning to stream tomorrow. So the Yankees play, I believe, 1:15 tomorrow. I may stream another game. I don't know if I'll stream the Yankees or not. But best bet is if you guys want to do next to my stream, just have your notifications turned on and click that bell button, because really, I just kind of stream based off of what's going on, like the matchup. If it's a fun matchup, if it's the Yankees playing, I do like to stream typically more at night, but I will stream probably at least a few afternoon games this summer. So I may not. I haven't decided yet, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow. So again, just if you guys do want to know when I do go live or when I upload a video, go ahead and click that bell button. Castro, the 1-2 count to him. Swing and a miss. Big strike 3 from Michael King. Huge curveball. And Castro waved and missed at it. That is very big right there for Michael, as he now has a runner on first and can get out of the inning with a mere double play. So there's a lot of changes coming to baseball this year. There's a 3 batter minimum from pitchers. The universal DH is a big one. We've talked about already the 10th inning beginning with a runner on second base for both teams. The roster changes, the adjustments there, and the expanded postseason playoff bracket. There's a lot. There's a lot of new things that we are seeing in Major League Baseball. Some things we've seen already. But we do have the universal DH, which I personally am a fan of. I'm gonna miss pitchers hitting though. I wish we could have best of both worlds, like a DH and still being able to see like DeGrom and someone else, whoever, Mad Bum on the mound. And oh no, okay, Michael King tries to check up on Adam Eaton at first base, and Luke Voigt cannot stop the ball. It's a pass ball, and Eaton doesn't just get second, but he gets third out of it as well. So a passed ball from Michael King tries to get fancy and change up his delivery over to first. He throws it wide. Boy can't stop it. Adam will go from first to third. Now it's 1 out and a runner just 90 feet away from scoring the 6th run of the Washington Nationals offense. What's the difference between designated hitter and pinch hitter in baseball? So a pinch hitter usually was used more in the National League because they did not have the DH. So in the American League, you have 15 teams who get this designated hitter spot. They don't field, they only hit. So that's like Giancarlo Stanton. Right now, he's only hitting. He's not going to take the outfield. He only hits. So for the National League, when you would have a pitcher come up in the lineup, the pitcher would still have to hit. There was no DH. So there would be every guy on the field would hit and play, their respective position. So a guy like Jacob deGrom or a guy like Madison Bumgarner would have to swing the bat. The DH for the American League took that away, so they did not have to have their pitchers hit. And in the National League, pinch hitters were used, so when the pitcher came up, they would come out of the game. A pinch hitter would come in. So a guy like Jeff McNeil, just for example, he usually starts. Let's say Jeff McNeil was a pinch hitter. He would hit for the pitcher. The pitcher would come out of the game, and a new pitcher would come in for the Mets. So I hope that makes sense. The designated hitter only hits. The pinch hitter comes in and hits one time, and that's it. And usually it's in place for the pitcher. Now, Howie Kendrick, with his first hit of the year, it's a ground rule double out to center field. It will score a run. Adam Eaton comes across the plate, make it a 6-2 ball game. RBI single for Howie. That's going to end it for Michael King. And we're going to another reliever here in the bottom of the 5th. Hey to everyone in the chat. Thank you to everyone who has stayed in and watched the stream at some point or another today. We're going strong, going for 2 hours. We'll probably end in just a little bit. I had a lot of fun. We will be streaming again very early this week, if not tomorrow. Actually, let me look at the Yankees schedule here. So the Yankees play tomorrow against the Nationals at 1:05, and then the Phillies at 7:05 on Monday, 6:05 on Tuesday. So I will probably stream at least one of those 3 games, either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday, if not more. So I'm going to try to stream as much as possible and post as much as possible as well. We're on the grind for 1K subs. Thanks for the information. Yeah, of course, Bryson. How's school working out for us? So I am in the tri-state area, and at the moment, with where things are, with COVID and everything going on, it looks like I probably am going back to school at some point or another, where it's either also virtual learning and in school learning, or how things are played out. We don't know just yet. I know, Colton, if you're in Texas, I know you guys are opening up, I think, in September. I don't know how it's going to work out just yet. There's been a lot of back and forth. There's no set in stone plan, and it has changed frequently over the past couple weeks. So we don't know how things are going to work out just yet. I personally don't mind either virtual learning or going in. It's just gonna be a matter of safety, of course. Because I miss seeing my friends, like hanging out and everything. But yeah. So we'll see how things go. Currently, nothing is set in stone. We don't know if we're staying home or going in, but we'll find out again soon enough because only a few weeks left of summer, which is crazy. Oh, you're opening in August. Okay. Do you guys usually start school in August, or is that just because of everything that's going on? Jonathan Holder comes in for the New York Yankees now. Last season, pitched in 33 games, a 6.31 ERA, had a 5-2 record, and 41 and a third innings pitched. First pitch to his Jubal Cabrera is going to be a ball outside. Michael King is responsible for Howie Kendrick, who just had that RBI double. He's shaking his head in the dugout. He doesn't seem very happy. Oh, you do? Okay, you do open up usually in August. Yeah, usually schools where we are open up like right after um like that first week of September. So as Jubal Cabrera stepping in, 1 for 2, a single in the second. He later scored. It counts even at one apiece. He's got one runner in scoring position and one out. On deck is Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki with two doubles. Cabrera, who is currently at bat, has a single and a ground out. Aaron Judge tries to lay out and make a play. He cannot. It will get past him and bounce off of the right field wall. As Jubal Cabrera with an RBI double. So Michael King gets charged with that earned run from Howie Kendrick, who comes across and plates a run. It's now 7-2 for the New York Yankees. Their deficit. They're down 5. Nationals have a commanding lead at the moment, and that could change. That could not. We'll see how things play out here. So yeah, Judge was about a foot shy with the glove for making that play, and as a result, he gets up, gets to the ball quickly, but Cabrera will still get to second. The run will still score easily. One out for Kurt Suzuki. Again, Suzuki, the catcher for the Washington Nationals. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he has scored 2 runs so far on the day. See if he can go for a perfect 3 for 3 and extend his hitting run. Holder with a breaking ball inside, but it's going to be a called ball. It looks like Sanchez wanted the call there. Cabrera with the leadoff of second base, and the one delivery, Kurt Suzuki, foul back. Counts even again at 1-1. The Giants beat the Dodgers 5-4. There's something you don't see every day. Angels beat the Athletics 4-1. Royals beat the Indians 3-2 through 10 innings. Both teams are now 1-1. The Tigers beat the Reds 6-4. Wow. A front door pitch to Suzuki just barely inside. The umpire doesn't give in and give Holder the call. 2-1 count now to the catcher. Holder's done with the Yankees for the past few years now. This is his first appearance of 2020. And Kurt will foul that one. Count is even now at 2-2. So if I were to say who I think is going to win this game at this point in time, bottom 5, Nationals up by 5, I would say Washington. I don't bet on games because I can't, and also just I wouldn't anyway. But I wouldn't say the Yankees have the best odds here of coming back and winning this one, unfortunately. At least in my sake, unfortunately, because I'm going for the Yankees in this one. Did he go around? Suzuki check swing, and the first base umpire says yes, he did. It's a strikeout swinging for Kurt Suzuki. 2 away, runner on second. He did go around. It looks like he wrote the play in there. And Carter Kieboom will step in 1 for 2. He singled back in the second inning. scored a run, and in the fourth, struck out swinging. So Jonathan Holder here looking to get this third out without giving up another run. Now, Asdrubal Cabrera is under Holder's responsibility. So Holder gave up that double. He is responsible for that run. If that run comes across, it's going to hurt his ERA. A nice curveball in there, 80 miles an hour at the knees for a called strike one. I mean, there's been a fairly equal amount of called strikes for both sides. I think umpires are doing really well. Called strikes, check swings. A good crew we got here. No Angel Hernandez back behind the dish. Kieboom going to pop it up. Aaron Judge is going to run in and make the catch. That'll end the inning. So pop out to right to end it there. But the Nationals score 2 runs on 3 hits. They do not go down easily. Let's go ahead to the top of the 6th now for the New York Yankees. This is probably going to be the last inning of the stream. We'll go ahead and get these last 6 outs in on deck and due up for the New York Yankees. First baseman Luke Voit, catcher Gary Sanchez, and third baseman Gio Urshela. Those are your 6, 7, and 8 batters. Hello, hello. See if we're all caught up on comments here. Just over 2 hours into the stream, we look to do this again. I was streaming Thursday night's opening day game, and I lost power. Just like 3 outs into the game. I think it was the Nationals had Adam Eaton. I was right before the Adam Eaton home run. I lost all power and lost it in about 5 hours. Didn't come back on until early the next morning. And, yeah, it was rough. I was excited. I was all hyped up. We had a lot of people in here, and it was fun. We were all talking. Baseball was back for the first time this year, regular season, and, with my luck, just everything goes out on me. But we are here now. We streamed for a grateful 2 hours, and we're going to the 6th inning of this game between the New York Yankees and the Washington Nationals. The Yankees won game 1 by a score of 4-1. It looks like right now the Nats are up 7-2. If they can hold on to that lead, they will even out this series and their win-loss record just 2 games into the year. Tomorrow is the Game 3 finale set of this game and the series between the Yankees and the reigning World Series champs. It is at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. The Nationals host the New York Yankees before they head out to Philadelphia. So not a lot of time here. I believe it's 60 games in like 66 or 67 days. Lots of baseball in a small amount of time. And unfortunately, we're not going to see our typical 162 game season. But again, baseball is back. I'm happy. I would have loved 102 more games because, we are seeing, we're seeing everything. So it's going to be fun. A lot of strategy, a lot of playing time, a lot of games. As a fan, I love it because we still get baseball. Yankees are still on. Your favorite teams are still on. It's exciting, and it's fun to have some sort of normalcy back. Being able to sit down, watch a Yankee game, or just a baseball game in general for that matter. I was watching the A's and the Angels last night. Just being able to sit down on the couch and watch a game after a long day, it's just really fun. And I'm excited to be back. So here we go. Luke Voit, a new pitcher for the Washington Nationals. Heart breached on 1 pitch, and Voit fouled it back. Going to foul this one back as well. 89 miles per hour, up and away, perfectly dotted on the outside corner. Now, Luke Voit is 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the 2nd, and in the 4th inning, made it to first on a fielder's choice. He later would get to third base, but would not score. Now, in his last game, he went 0 for. He had a 333 OPS coming into tonight with a 0.00 average through 2 at-bats. The check swing, and the first base umpire says he went around, swing and a miss, strike 3. I just mentioned that, too. We're seeing a lot of check swing calls and a lot of very equal calls, like what the Nationals are getting, the Yankees are too. So it's nice. There is nothing, there's nothing really to be upset about here when it comes to the umpiring chief doing a good job. And right now I'm seeing Didi Gregorius hit his second home run of the season just as the demographics and stuff go by. And that hurts as a Yankees fan. I mean, I miss Didi. He's out in Philadelphia. He's not really a huge threat to us as a rival per se, but I miss Didi Gregorius. Of course, I'm super stoked Garrett Cole is on our team this year, and that was our white whale. We needed Garrett Cole. We needed pitching. That's what we got. And Didi said it, and I think it was also said between other reporters and just Yankee staff. Unfortunately, just because of the year that Didi Gregorius was a free agent, he just wasn't thought of because the Yankees knew they had to bring out the big bucks in order to lock down Garrett Cole, and that's what they needed. They needed Cole more than Didi at the end of the day. It was sad to see him leave, but at least he's doing well, and he's healthy right now for the Phillies. 2-1 count here to Gary Sanchez as the ball is going to miss slightly high. Gary's overdue with a ground out and a pop out this game. I'm just not one of those crazy Yankees fans. Yeah, I mean, I can be a crazy Yankees fan. Like, I get really excited. Usually not on like video or not on stream or anything, but okay, sorry. Strike two, 74 mile per hour. Looks to be changeup, I want to say, or off speed pitch inside. Sanchez doesn't like. He looks bad, but he's sure that's the strike. So yeah, but yeah, I could definitely be a crazy Yankee fan at times. I get super excited. I get very excited. Especially when like we see like Gardner or like one of the big guys go off. You know, I'm out there, I'm watching the game, I'm pumped up. So I'm not crazy, but I do get very into it. I do get very into it, very excited for the team. So Gary Sanchez, 2-2 count here with one away. Curveball down in the dirt, 71 miles an hour. Make it a full count now to the Yankees backstop. Gio Urshela on deck. He scored after reaching on an error in the third, and in the fourth inning, doubled and was stuck at second, did not advance either way. The full count delivery from Harper to Sanchez. And a big curveball, wave and miss from Gary Sanchez. Strike three, back-to-back strikeouts, swinging for the Nats reliever. We'll probably say 4 more outs until I call it a night on the stream. But it's been awesome, guys. I've had a great time. I hope you guys have as well. I thank you to everyone who's been here from start to finish. We've had a very consistent following here. Everyone just who tuned into the stream at one point or another, I thank you all so much again for your continued support. I can't say that enough because I would not be here without each and every one of you guys. Gio Urshela, first pitch he sees, he's going to ground out to Trey Turner. Turner makes a throw. Howie Kendrick almost bobbles it. After a second look, the first base umpire says yes, he did make the catch. Good scoop there from Howie Kendrick. It's going to be 6-4. The inning is over. No runs on no hits for the New York Yankees in the top half of the 6th frame. Now the Nationals have Victor Robles, Michael Taylor, and Trey Turner all due up in this bottom half of the frame. If you guys are just tuning in or you haven't watched the game, Victor Robles has 4 RBIs, a 2 RBI double that came back in the second, and then a 2-run home run that came up in his most frequent at-bat, or his most recent at-bat in the 4th inning. So 4 RBIs for Victor Robles, hitting in the 8-hole tonight as the starting center fielder for the Washington Nationals. He is due up to lead it off for the Nats now. And I don't know if Holder will be the one we see on the mound as the game comes back to TV. It's been a crazy game, 7-2. Honestly, really good baseball from both teams. I wish the Yankees had a little more hits, and the Nationals do have a lot of fielding errors. I believe the number is sitting at 4. But at the moment, I mean, it is early, and a lot of teams are going 1-1 so far. This is something that people are getting used to. Like, players are still, getting their way back into it. They're trying to feel comfortable again at the plate and on the field. They're working their way back into their routine. Usually it would take, about a few games, a week or so if it was opening day back in March, right? And they'd be good. And come April, they'd pretty much be looking at where they were at a good point in the previous season, right? DJ LeMahieu, if we were playing in March, DJ LeMahieu by like first, second week of April. I would expect to see the DJ LeMahieu we saw in 2019, like in April, a little bit, starting to kind of emerge and show off who he is. Now, at the moment, it's going to probably take a little bit longer because there's been an extended offseason, and it's going to take a little bit longer now for players to get back in that groove, feel comfortable again with playing, whether it's hitting, whether it's fielding or pitching, what have you. But it's fun. 60 games. It's going to be a great run. I'm excited. I really am. So we have a new defensive replacement. Thairo Estrada coming in for DJ LeMahieu. And I don't know the reasoning on that. I do know, mentioned it earlier on, that he was in the game tonight as a starter after testing positive to COVID a few weeks back. He got very limited reps in the exhibition games, so I think maybe they just threw him out there to kind of start to feel comfortable again, like I said just moments ago. But now Thairo Estrada is in for the Yankees, and Victor Robles is going to continue his really nice night with the single past the diving Gleyber Torres. And the Nats have a base runner to lead off the inning. That's going to bring up Michael Taylor, who in 2 at-bats walked and was later out on a fielder's choice, on a double play, and then flew out to right fielder Aaron Judge. He's going to come in here with a runner on first, being Victor Robles, and nobody out, with the Nationals up 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th. Jonathan Holder still is on the mound. He's thrown 12 pitches to this point. His night will continue. Called strike 1, Gary Sanchez. That ball is just a little bit low, but does a good job framing that pitch. Now we know that Sanchez is not necessarily the best defensive catcher in baseball, but he has gotten better. I would like to think at least he's gotten better since he made his debut. I think he's definitely looking a little bit better back there. And, come the next season or two, he has a chance of getting even better behind the dish. I think it is possible, and he hits the ball well. To this point, he is hitless in the season, but so are a few other Yankees. And again, it's early. People are looking to find their groove and really get into it here. Holder checks up on the base runner. He's safe. Count is still 0-1 to Michael Taylor. And the pitch is going to be a strike. Taylor puts it in play. Gleyber Torres in shallow left center field catches it. It's a pop fly. Gleyber Torres makes the catch. In shallow left field, Brett Gardner backs up. And there you have it, 1 away. That's a pop out to shortstop. So right now there's a demographic on the screen with the 2020 Baseball Hall of Fame inductees. Derek Jeter and Larry Walker were voted in, but the induction ceremony is pushed back to next season, much like the All-Star Game, much like the Home Run Derby, which were canceled. We'll see all of that stuff come back to us next year. So it is a long time away, but we are going to have it. Derek Jeter will be in. He's class of 2021 now, as well as Larry Walker. So Trey Turner makes his 4th appearance here in the batter's box in the bottom of the 6th inning with 1 out and a runner on first. He's 0 for 3. He struck out in the 1st inning, grounded out into a double play in the 2nd inning, and in the 4th inning popped up to the second baseman. Now he's going to pop up in foul territory, and Gary Sanchez will squeeze the glove for out number 2. And as he catches that ball and throws it back to Jonathan Holder, he says, "Let's go." P2. Can I do one more inning on the stream? Yeah, I'll go 7 innings. We'll do 7 innings on the stream here. So make it 7 more outs. Adam Eaton stepping in as a number 2 batter. And the right fielder tonight for the Washington Nationals. He had that single back in the 5th inning, which ended up leading him scoring a run. 2 outs. Runner on first. Jonathan Holder at 15 pitches came in last inning to relieve Mike King. And the first pitch to the right fielder is going to be down and away for ball 1. Orioles beat the Red Sox 7-2. And the Red Sox beat up on the Orioles last night. It was 13-2 or something, I believe. Adam Eaton right back up the middle. Gleyber Torres going to make the throw over to first. Luke Voigt with the stretch, and he was supposedly off the bag. Luke Voigt's like, no, no. He's immediately showing his concern and how upset he is. It looks like the Yankees are going to review that. Luke Voigt is walking over to the Yankees dugout himself to tell Aaron Boone to review that play. What a stretch, and it's close. From the angle that they just showed, I can't tell. I don't know. He might have been off the base, and it might end up being either an infield single or an error charged to Voigt. So currently we sit at 2 outs. It looks like they are going to review the play here. Adam Eaton standing at first, assuming he's going to be safe. He might end it. It looks like he's probably going to be there. Great extension from Voigt, but his foot was just like an inch off the base, it looks like at some point. But the angle that they showed with his foot, you couldn't see the ball. So maybe by the time his foot was still on the base, he had the ball in the back of his glove. It's tough. His foot is there, though. His foot was definitely on the base. This is going to be an interesting one. The umpires have their masks on. They have the headphones on the headsets, trying to see if that play is really going to result in a base hit or out number 3 for the New York Yankees and Jonathan Holder. So that was quick. Luke Voigt looked back at the first base umpire. As soon as he saw safe, Voigt was very upset. Like visually just a little annoyed because he thought he had him. So he didn't understand it there. But we'll see what happens with call is going to stay. Will it be overturned? Will it not be? Luke Voigt staring at the screen. So are the umpires. Everyone's waiting here. Adam Eaton, if he is safe, will stay at first. Robles at second. He is indeed safe. The call stands on the field. It's not going to be first and second, 2 outs for Starlin Castro. So Robles advances. It looks like Aaron Boone is coming out to the mound. And Holder is done for the night. We have Eaton on first, Robles on second. When we come back from commercial break, a new Yankee reliever will try to get the 3rd out of the 6th inning and send the Yankees lineup back up to hit again and see if they can do some damage control. Down 5 runs. We're heading into the later third of this game. The Yankees need to get something going here very quickly. With their next ups, Gardner will be leading it off, batting 9th. And then it will switch to the top of the order. So it'll be Gardner, DJ, and Judge due up in the 7th inning. Let's get the Yankees hat on here because I'm really rooting for something here. They need to get the out. They need to score some runs. Let me see a Gardy Party home run in the top of the 7th. We are still at commercial break as we wait to see who the new reliever is going to be for the New York Yankees. James Paxton did not get the start he wanted in this one. Ended up giving a handful of runs in the 2nd inning. Couldn't even finish the 2nd inning. Before we got King in. King was followed up by Holder. Holder is now out. And we'll see who the new pitcher is. But this all kind of ties back into this 30-man roster. The Yankees are using a decent amount of pitching right now. They have a game Sunday, they have a game Monday, and they have a game Tuesday still. So there are 3 games in the next 3 days where they need to have enough bullpen guys. They need to keep their 1 to 9 guys, ready to go and not super tired. So that 30-man roster gives a couple extra names and bodies to Aaron Boone and the New York Yankees in case something does happen and something's necessary. Because these bullpen guys are going to get worn out. They're not going to be able to pitch some of them until like Monday or Tuesday again. So you have a limited number of guys. It's all strategy now. It is a little bit different, but with the extra men, it does definitely help ease the pain a little bit. You do know you have more guys to look forward to, so it is settling, very settling and comforting for any given team in Major League Baseball. I've been doing pretty well. I hope everyone's been doing pretty well. Also, I mean, it is difficult to be stuck at home for the most part, but we're getting through, and hopefully this is all over very soon. We can go back to regular living. But baseball's back, so right now I'm happy. So there's that. David Hale steps in now as the next Yankees reliever in this ball game. The first pitch to Castro is a ball. The second is a called strike on the inner part of the plate, 93 miles per hour. He needs just one out to get out of the bottom of the sixth. Starlin Castro was only 1 for 3. He tripled back in his first at bat of the game. Did not score there. Popped up to first baseman Luke Voigt in foul territory in the third, and then struck out in the fifth. Up again now, just 1 inning later. So what I think I'm going to do here is I'm going to end the sixth inning with the Nationals. The Yankees will get their 3 outs, and I'll stream till the top half of the seventh. And then once we go to the bottom of the seventh, I will end the stream for tonight. It's been a lot of fun hanging with you guys, though. And on that pitch there, Starlin Castro going to foul one back. Counts even at 2-2 with 2 men on and 2 outs. David Hale with the 2-2 count. Getting a Castro to foul back another one. So 5 pitches to the Nats second baseman to start Hale's appearance tonight. And we'll probably see him go at least this and the 7th inning, assuming all goes well, knock on wood. Castro putting up a good fight here. It's going to be at least a 6-pitch at bat. 2-2. Put into play by Starlin Castro out to left field, but Brett Gardner is there, and it's going to be a line out to end the inning defensively for the New York Yankees. An L7 in the book for Castro. And they scored no runs on 1 hit or 2 hits, depending on how the Eaton play was scored. If that was an error on Boyd or not, because it was on the base, or if that was a hit. So either way, no runs for the Nationals there. We're going to head to the top of the 7th. And I just really want to quick talk about the Nationals uniforms, because I didn't get to that yet, but the Washington Nationals have their regular home jerseys, but they have a bit of gold trim to them because they won the World Series last year, and I think they look very clean. Honestly, I might have to get one because they look very, very nice. Some gold trim, some gold in there with the Washington Nationals red, the curly W. They just look really nice, and they, from a fan perspective here, I enjoy them. We've had a lot of changes with jerseys and logos and everything recently. I mean, the Brewers changed up their look. The Marlins, changed up their look and stuff. And the Blue Jays got some new blues. I really love seeing what these teams can come up with when it comes to jerseys and hats. Like, it's awesome. The uniforms, big fan of. I like the jerseys. I get jerseys all the time. I really love just, repping my favorite teams, my favorite players, what have you here. So with Brett Gardner coming up in the bottom of the ninth, coming up hitting ninth in the top of the 7th, and also making the play to end the defensive inning from the New York Yankees, we're going to have Gardner, DJ LeMahieu, and Aaron Judge all do up here in the top of the 7th. Again, after the top of the 7th inning, once the Yankees are out, I will go ahead and end the stream for tonight. I'll be back in the next few days. I'll probably have a video uploaded tomorrow. We'll say tomorrow or Monday. I'll shoot for, depending on like editing and stuff. But I have an idea. It's probably gonna end up being the expanded playoff brackets, which is interesting. We've talked about it a little bit already in the stream, but it's been weird, kind of, to say how they go about it. but it's also going to give a lot more teams a lot more chances. And it's going to make the playoffs more exciting, too, because you have more games, A, but B, more chances for elimination games and for teams to be eliminated and just really shock everyone. So here we go. It looks like Harper is still the reliever for the Washington Nationals. The right-handed reliever will face the left-handed veteran Brett Gardner. First pitch to Brett is a called strike one on the outside part of the plate. It looks to be just off the zone with the demographics shown on TV. Of course, those aren't always super accurate because the zone's bigger or smaller for any given umpire. The 0-1 to Gardner. Curveball just misses low, counts even at one apiece. Gardner yet to get a hit so far. He drew a walk back in the fourth inning. He went 0 for 3 on Thursday, and he flew out in the third inning to right field. So we'll see how things go with him. I want to see him get his first hit. Off-speed pitch going to miss up and away. 2-1. Now, think about it. They expanded the playoffs to make up for missed baseball. Yeah, and also just because it's going to be, like I've said before, it's a sprint, not a marathon. So there's a lot of teams. It's going to be very close. And a lot of teams, because of the shortened season, are going to deserve to get in. Some just might not be. It might be within like a game or two. 160-game season, usually there's more chances of teams being up by like 8, 12 games sometimes in divisions. Maybe not 8 or 12. That's a little bit of exaggerations there, but usually there are teams that are up by a fair amount, and it's hard for like a third or fourth place team to have a chance at anything. But because the expanded roster and the shortened season, a lot more players have a lot more chances to do something, and teams can be very good, very close. There can be a lot of really tight races. Like the NL Central is going to be close, I'd say. Like the Reds, you got the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Brewers. They're all going to be pretty competitive this year. And hypothetically, I don't know how that would work, but they could potentially maybe all make the playoffs, just based off like records and stuff, like the wild card and everything, and the division title winner, of course. We'll see. I mean, it's going to be fun. I think the shortened season will make each game more exciting because, as you say, each game means more. Yeah, each game definitely means more. And yeah, I do like the same division, and I'll expand on that a little more in a second. As Brett Gardner flies out to a right fielder, Adam Eaton. That's the second time he's done that tonight, and unfortunately, he will not get a hit while I am streaming. All right, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I like the American League East and National League East games. Like the Yankees are gonna play the Mets more. They're gonna play the Nationals and the Phillies and the Marlins, and the Braves. Like I like that where the AL East and the NL East kind of go back and forth, and each team, in their respective division plays the other respective division. Uh, I think that's really cool for 20 games. Nice little setup for the schedule. I think they crafted it very well. There were some crazy things like the Grapefruit League or whatever, like how they were going to put the spring training games together. I wasn't a fan of that. I like this a lot better. You play 40 games within your own division and then 20 games within your own division in the other league. That's nice. I think it works out well. You get to play a lot of teams you're not used to. And Tyro Estrada, I forgot he should come out of the game, but Tyro Estrada, after being in a 1-0 count, to have a single right back up the middle. So he comes in as a replacement for DJ and will go ahead and get a hit here. So one runner on for Aaron Judge. And Judge, so far in this game, is 0 for 3. He struck out back in the first. He grounded out into a fielder's choice in the third, and in the fifth, he lined out to left field. And now we are in the seventh. See what he can do here. I mean, a 2-run home run definitely helps. Puts the Yankees down 3. We'll see if that happens or not. Definitely just a hit. You need to kind of slowly but surely make your way back into this game. 88 mile per hour is going to miss just down and away for ball 1. Judge is due here. He had 2 hits in the first game. And now 0 hits here. The 1-0 to number 99. 89 per hour, I'm going to say fastball. Down and away, pretty much the same spot. This one's actually going to get the call from the umpire behind the plate. Counts even at one apiece. Glaber, who's also 0 for 3, is sitting in the on-deck circle. Curveball going to miss down and away. So Harper really likes to go towards that down and away zone, at least to Aaron Judge. It's now 3 pitches in a row he's done that. 1 has made it across for a strike, 2 have not. Judge finds himself ahead of the count here with 1 runner on and 1 away in the top of the 7th. Fastball still down and away. Called strike by the umpire. Counts even at 2-2. So I would think now Harper either has to go up in the zone or just the other way. Instead of going outside, he has to go inside because Judge, I would assume, is expecting something down and away after 4 consecutive pitches in that same location. Maybe not. Maybe they are going there again. And they do. He fouls it back. The count's going to remain 2-2. So I would assume if he's attacking down and away so much in the scouting report, that looks like it's one of Judge's weak zones here at the plate. Again, 1 away, 2 balls, 2 strikes, runner on first. The Yankees have scored 2 runs, but are down 5 in the top of the 7th. The 2-2 from Harper. Whoa, complete airmail. Looks like I just slipped, and Taro Estrada gets a second easily. I wish I could show you guys that, but that was nowhere close to the plate. It's up and away. It's up and in, but it's like way behind Aaron Judge. It definitely slipped while his arm was like up here, and it just released right behind the right-handed batter, who stands 6'7". Again, that is Aaron Judge. And Tyro Estrada was good. He took off immediately and advanced to second. So full count, 1 away. Now a runner in scoring position for Aaron Judge. A single should score the run. Swing and a miss, curveball down and away. It's a drop, 3rd strike. Judge thinks about going back to the dugout, tries to run to first. He's going to be sat down, swinging. That would have been ball 4, but down and away. Harper, every pitch minus the 1 ball that he let go loose accidentally, every pitch was down and away, and it did work out. He got Aaron Judge out. 2 outs now, runner on second, so I'm down to my last out, streaming for the night, guys. Gleyber Torres, I talked about this before. 4 years ago today, he got traded to the Yankees. One of the best things that has happened to him, he says. And then a heart emoji and NY. We love you, Gleyber. So yeah, on this date in 2016, Aroldis Chapman was traded to the Cubs, and the New York Yankees got Gleyber Torres and 3 other players, and then Chapman came right back to us, and it was awesome. It was like beautiful execution on the Yankees' behalf. But yeah, actually, right now, Aroldis Chapman is out because he tested positive for COVID, so he will not be with the Yankees for at least another week, I want to say. I don't remember when he tested positive, but assuming within the 2-week quarantine span, he can test positive twice. He can test negative twice afterwards. Here we go. Okay. Gleyber Torres, 0-1 counts to him. He's 0 for 3. 2 outs, a runner on second. Looking for his first hit of the year. See what he can do. Fouls it back. He finds himself now down 0-2. Harper's thrown 27 pitches and is very dominant. Has not given up a run. The Yankees' offense have been pretty lackluster, to say the least, this game. Only putting up a limited amount of hits. It looks like 5 hits through 6 2/3 innings. If I'm doing my math right and just quickly scanning my book, if I'm getting everything. So definitely not the game that the Yankees were expecting. And the Nationals kind of blew the door wide open. It's a 5-run game right now in Washington's favor. That one's going to bounce in the dirt. Count is even 2-2 with 2 outs and a runner on second. Suzuki did a good job of keeping that ball in front of him there, so Taro doesn't advance again on a passed ball. Giancarlo Stanton sitting on deck, and he had the monster mash back in the 4th inning, his 2nd home run of the year. Good for, I believe, his fourth RBI. Yes, his fourth RBI of the season. Gleyber Torres thinks about the curveball down and away. Harper just loves that spot. I guess to everyone, he loves going down and away. He's already done it multiple times to Torres. Almost every pitch to Judge. That's his zone. It looks like. So 2-2 now to the 23-year-old shortstop. He has the third most home runs before age 23 in franchise history, only following behind Mickey Mantle and Joe DiMaggio. Suzuki calls timeout, and we're going to try this one again here from the 2-2 delivery. The pitch to Torres is another curveball, again down in the dirt. So full count, and we do see Giancarlo Stanton on the on-deck circle. Gleyber Torres trying to see if he can either work a walk or get a hit here and keep this inning going for the Yankees because we all know offensively they definitely need it, being down 5 runs here in the seventh inning. Again, you cannot count them out because it's a sprint and anything can happen in baseball. But at the moment, they are down 5, and it's not looking crazy good for them. They definitely need to step it up a little bit here. Panda Gaming says comeback. I would hope so. I would love to see the Yankees come back and win this one. Gleyber Torres fouls it off right back into the glove, throws the bat into the ground in frustration, and flips the helmet, throws the batting glove. He's not happy. That's a good pitch outside. And Harper just uses that outside third of the plate so frequently. But, guys, unfortunately, that is going to be the end of the stream for me tonight. 2.5 hours of a whole lot of fun and some great Yankees Nationals baseball. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to drop a link down below, comment, and subscribe. We're pushing towards 1,000 subscribers. We're going to be live again soon, probably one day within the next 2 or 3 days, either covering the Yankees or the Mets or another team in Major League Baseball. Baseball is back. I'm excited. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Peace.